streaming. That's what it says. Refresh. Refresh, my friends. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome is actually my salutation in Smash Lab, so I have to keep it consistent.
Yeah, that's, the most important thing.
I like hello and welcome for the Smash Lab because of Mr. Plinkett. Hello and welcome.
It reminds me of Movie Phone. Hello and welcome to Movie Phone. Did you ever have that?
Dude, Movie Phone? Hell yeah, man. I'm not young enough to not know what Movie Phone is.
Alright. Plus there's that Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
Okay,
audio. We got this. Alright, guys. You didn't miss much last time. All I said was it was episode 8, which is wrong. Cactuar wasn't there. No. This is just a bunch of mediocre stuff. But anyway, what is up with it? Welcome to episode 9 of Melee It On Me. Again, it's untitled with special guest Mango.
Sup.
What's up with it? Why don't we go around the room? It's been about 3 weeks since we've been here. Cactuar, when's the last time you were on a show? 2 months, yeah?
It's about 2 months, yeah.
Yeah, we missed you 2 times in a row. Interestingly, 2 months ago was Prog's last episode, and he's been on the show every time since. What's up, Prog?
Same old same. I still got this book here. I don't know.
Oh.
You still have the book?
I still have these 2 coloring sheets.
And you've had those forever.
Where's the
I
king?
still have these 2 swords. I mean, what am I going to do with these? But I've been good. Life is good.
Did you not go to Sudden Death?
I was at Sudden Death. I just saw you like Saturday.
Yeah, why didn't you just bring it and give it to me? I would easily convey it.
Oh.
No, man, you would keep
Wasn't
them.
thought through.
I wouldn't trust him, Prog. You hang on to those. Well, it's
Yeah,
good
until
to have you here.
Until I see Mr. Zimmerman in person, they're not leaving my site.
Dude, absolutely. You need the hand-to-hand transfer. I'm going to learn from my mistakes last time and let Mango go before Sheridan. Mango,
Yeah.
what's up, dude?
What's up?
How have you been since the last cast? What have you been doing for the last 3 weeks?
Nothing.
Dude, you have quite a story for the last 3 weeks. Dude, why don't you lay it on me?
What story?
What about that journey to Fresno?
Oh, I lived with Dunskies for like 2-3 weeks. And we sat in the same room, and we made a mess and played Counter-Strike.
Sounds pretty awesome. And you came to, like, what, 3 NorCal tournaments?
Dude, I made bank while I was in NorCal. I made like $800 for no reason.
Dude, it was pretty crazy. The weekend we came, we did like 3 tournaments, 3 days or something like that? Or was it 2 tournaments in 2 days?
It was 2 tournaments. I went to a total of 3 tournaments in 2 weeks, which I haven't done in like since the old SoCal days.
Yeah, man, NorCal's going crazy.
And I also like to say that I spanked Zach and Kevin Toy with Falcon, and those videos are yet to see YouTube. They have never uploaded them.
Where are those? I really need to watch them.
Zach just threw them away because he got spanked.
Zach threw them away?
Probably.
No.
Who would do something like that, Scar? Who would throw away videos?
We're talking about 2009. Thanks, dude. It's 3 years ago. God. I grew up since then.
Sounds like a Scar thing to do.
Well, I mean, if that's your excuse, then, I mean, I'm sure Zach's like 3 years younger than that.
That's true. Dude,
if he mans up and posts them, then I mean that means he's already like 5 years ahead of you.
Way more mature than me, dude.
Yeah.
Brandon and Phil for like the first 2 years, I think they still say it. Just used to tell me about the old Tri-State days when every video that got uploaded was from me, and it was always like Scar vs. Egg and Winners Finals.
Yeah.
And if I wouldn't make it far, there would be no videos at all. Dude, that was so stupid. I don't know why I did that.
Young Scar.
Man, young Scar. Just only cared about himself.
Yep.
Cactus, how are you doing, man? It's been 2 months.
Dude, I'm doing well. I went to like 1 tournament in the last 2 months. I'm proud of.
Yeah,
I'm really jealous of like the West Coast scene. Every time I talk to somebody from the West Coast, they're like, "Dude, there's been so many tournaments over here. Every week there's like 2."
Dude, we have this.
We hold it down, man.
Look at this list, man.
Crazy.
2013 upcoming tournaments is an insane scene right now. How many is this? What is G? Sheridan, G is
7.
I knew you would know.
7 tourneys.
7 tourneys.
That's a lot, and those are all going to be pretty decent size.
Big ones, man.
Actually, the thing to talk about, I mean, on the East Coast is Winter Brawl. What the hell happened?
We don't talk about it.
Yeah, you're so late to the party, dude.
We just don't talk about it.
We talked about that on the last episode, and I don't know. There seemed to be lack of communication and some conflicting of interests, perhaps too.
Conflicting of interests, indeed.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate.
Because I lived like 20 minutes from the venue, and it wasn't worth it to go. And for Smashes to pay a $35 venue fee for that.
Well, you would have had to beat Velocity to get second, so it's a pretty tough competition, man.
You would have gotten hella good seating.
I miss Velocity so much. I can't believe he's gonna go to Evo and be like like the first seed in like an incredibly hard pool.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like his little doc and like I don't know, man, Dr. PP.
He's gonna get the first seed, and then there's just gonna be unseeded like V-Wins or Kells or something. He has to play first round.
I feel like it's definitely gonna average out in the end.
I'm sure it will. I mean, whatever. Apparently the FGC people are all used to it, so
yeah, man, we'll get used to it. It's a Super Bowl of Smash.
Yeah.
But anyway, not to tarry here, right? Who's the man of the hour? Sheridan, how are you doing? What's happened in your life in the past 3 weeks?
Well, I successfully defended my dissertation.
Does that have anything
Friday.
to do with anything? What are the consequences of that?
That means I now am awarded a PhD in physics.
That is fucking
So,
does that mean you have more free time now, though?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that you guys see Sheridan's new name on Skype. I renamed him.
No, dude.
That's who it is. On our show. Thanks for coming on, Doctor.
I'm like never gonna refer to myself as Doctor.
You should call yourself Dr. Z, man.
Maybe. We'll see.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I've been
thank
waiting
you
for this
very
day
much.
for so long. I've been calling you Dr.
Me
Z
too.
for like 3 years. I got rid of the profanity in there.
Yeah,
then,
we gotta keep this professional. I mean,
yeah,
you know.
for sure. Where's Gimmer? If we were on Gimmer's stream, he would have kicked me off already. Alright, so, and then for me, I don't know. I haven't been doing anything. It sucks. I owe everybody so many things. I still have that list. People donated so much money to get us into Evo, and we said that we were going to have people commentate on other games. There's like a gigantic list of all these people who gave so much money, and I have to actually do that. It's really sad. But nobody's been bothering me too much about it, so thank you guys for being patient.
Tell them where we're going in 2 weeks, dude. Tell them.
Well, this is an opportunity for you to be proactive about it and make a good impression.
Yeah, man, we're gonna do it.
So do it.
We're definitely.
What are you doing?
Man. And in 2 weeks, so today is
On the
March
1st.
20th. Yeah, by the end of this month, so as a non-April Fool's celebration, I'm going to be getting on a plane to fly to Los Angeles, where Mango is going to be meeting me at the airport. And we're going to fly to Sweden. Woo!
What the?
We're going to Beast.
Sweden.
We're going
No
to
way.
Beast. We are going to examine the printed out version of evidence.zip. We're going to review the fine print, and we're going to be hanging out with the European scene. Holy crap, man. Somebody from the U.S. is going to Europe to play some Melee.
You got to get second.
I have to get second. Okay,
You got to get second, man.
hang on. The best part about this, it's not only that I have to, from me wanting to do well, but there is some kind of divine influence here. Because the grand total of both tickets turned out to be $1,776.00. 1776? Is that a sign that USA is gonna change the world at this tournament? I'm pretty sure it is, dude.
What are the odds? Right. I mean,
that's a really good question.
I don't want to invoke, a divine intervention on this, but it's pretty suggestive.
When you're talking about cents too, Sheridan.
Yeah.
I would say that you could go between $1,000 and $2,400. 1776 out of that, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What is Oscar going to bring up? I like.
Yeah, Oscar's about to be a jerk. Yeah, there he is. He's got to be bum Oscar.
Wow. No, dude, it's going to be crazy. As soon as no. Armada's going to enter. Shh. It's a secret.
It's a secret, dude.
So seriously, are you for weak knee to not connect in PAL? Because I hear that doesn't work in PAL anymore.
No, I don't want to talk about it. It's not true.
Yeah, weak knee.
What did they change that makes it not connect?
I think the trajectory or something is different. It just doesn't connect anymore.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Dude, this is so funny.
I know Falco's down air is hella different too.
I've played it. It's not. It doesn't really. It's not really. You won't notice the difference if you don't want to.
Holy crap, Mango! Do you want to do the ultimate money match with Armada? If you want to enter the tournament, you want to try to get him to do a money match?
He won't.
Dude,
I've talked to him. He won't do it.
The grunt said he'll do it if we believe. If
He won't play, man.
Only we believe hard enough. All right, Armada. Everybody in the nation's calling you out, dude. The money match of the century.
He won't play me, man.
Let's do it. Come on, do it for us. But anyway,
he doesn't care about us, dude.
Yeah, that's upcoming, dude. Maybe we'll do an episode from overseas.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe
That'd
we'll
be
do
sick.
one with the European scene. So anyway, that's a pretty good salutations. Thanks guys for being on here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You guys are the homies. So we're gonna go right to the agenda, and we're gonna start talking about seasons. This is the reason that my man Prog is here, and he made a super awesome post about it. We have that linked in the chat. Mods, you want to relink that? Where's Swiftbase? Dude, Swiftbase always listens to me when I say that he should link stuff. Prog, you want to kick this off? Sheridan, you want to kick it off?
Well, Prog made the post, so perhaps he should tell us the reasons for the seasons.
Swift's playing wall.
Basically, I was watching MLG over the weekend.
Which was awesome, by the way. Can we talk about that for a second?
Insane. I was watching mostly League of Legends, but it really made me realize that there is no finality for the Smash community. I mean, we have our Apex, we have Genesis, FC, but there really is no, like, it's like we're in flux going from tournament to tournament. We have our well-defined major internationals, we have our nationals, we have our regionals, locals. We have this whole big hierarchy, but it's not really doing much of anything. So that's basically what that post was about. You know, how can we make locals count? How can we make regionals count? And
like,
you know, we have these two big events in Apex and Genesis, complete opposite side of the calendar. Why can't we like set something up leading so that everything leads up to it?
Yeah, it's almost perfectly aligned to like do that. It's almost asking for it.
Yeah.
Sadly, R.I.P. Genesis.
R.I.P.
For
now.
Dude,
No.
Remember,
moment of
it's
silence.
just the Old
Genesis
Testament.
is dead, dude. It's the Old Testament. What's the first book of the New Testament?
Matthew.
That's a pretty mediocre name for a tournament.
Yeah.
Matthew 1. You guys going to Matt? Yeah. Okay. Dope. And Sheridan, you had additional thoughts on this idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just wanted to talk more about. This is something that I'm really interested in, just discussing a lot of the finer details about.
And I brought up with Prog. So in on the West Coast in NorCal, there's a who was the dude who hosted the Oakland weeklies?
You know, I didn't actually get the chance to go to one of them, so I didn't ever meet the guy.
Yeah, so there's a nice gentleman who runs I think I would guess weeklies or bi-weeklies in the FGC, and he, you know, for one reason or another opened 4 of them up to Melee. So he had a weekly every Friday, which was really weird. He had like Friday at like 7 o'clock tournaments, which you guys might want to consider everywhere else in the world, because it's like not that bad. A good number.
If
of
you
people
do singles only, did you do singles only? Yeah.
No, I think they did teams. They did both.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's what we used to do with Lecture Zone.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, you can do. I mean, I'm assuming these tournaments get like 30 people, right?
Something like
Still
that.
good,
Yeah.
you know, 30 people. If you're on top of things, you can do that in less than 3 hours.
Yeah, so I mean it was like maybe 7 o'clock to 11 or something like that. But the point is he did 4 weeklies in a row on Friday, and it was all part of like a larger super event, right? Where if you won an isolated tournament, you made money, right? But it was also you were also given points that would sort of you know, go into a pool, and whoever had the most points at the end of, you know, those 4 tournaments would get free entry into Evo, which is a pretty cool incentive. So that's a miniature version of like a circuit.
Mm-hmm.
So it could definitely work on a small scale. We don't need to have like the first version be like, oh, every single tournament adds up into blah blah blah, and then it's all settled at whatever.
I think
Right.
this would be great so that busters like Armada can't win one tournament a year and be the best. Look at me, I won one tournament and then I'm going home and retiring.
Well, I mean,
Fucking butt sucker. That's what Armada is.
I like
bad.
Buster, dude. Buster's so funny.
yeah, Buster's good. Well, I mean, that's one of the issues that would be part of the season thing is you know, you have your season points winner versus your, you know, end of the season tournament winner. Because I mean, you can go 18-0, right, and lose the Super Bowl, and you're not the champion. You're done, right? So
Right.
on the other hand, you can go 10-6 and just win the big game, and you're the champion. So that's the question of, you know, what's more important to us. You know, what kind of season do we want to have?
Having both is
Yeah.
so awesome, though, right? Because then you can have that conversation. Like, that's something that'll go on the boards forever. It's like, dude, you know, Mango won every tournament this year, so he's the best. Oh no,
I did win every
Armada-
tournament this year.
Armada won blank, so he's the best. What do you
Yeah.
think?
But
Oh, man.
you know, one of the major obstacles in something like this that international players really kind of highlight is the fact that having a season and having, you know, the points be an accurate representation of skill really depends on consistent attendance, especially
Right.
from the top players. And you're not
Right.
going to get the internationals coming to a monthly tournaments. I mean, you'd be extremely lucky to have them come to 2 tournaments a year in America.
Yeah.
So I think that necessitates the winner of the season tournament being, you know, the champion.
Prog.
Going along with that, so basically, you know, like I was saying, we have our majors, and then we have our regionals, our bigger events. But it's not just the ones we have here in the States and Canada. We would have to open it up to, for example, the Beast Series, King Funk's Castle in Europe, whatever they do in Mexico, the Caribbean. 'Cause all these places have good, strong scenes.
Well, but USA is going to win Beast this year anyway, so it's not really.
I'm just saying, you know,
Yeah.
we're taking those back along.
Give me
with
my
some
points.
customers.
Give me my points, please. Give me my international points.
The traveler's checks. But yeah, you know, we do have to kind of open it up worldwide. And that's like, again, you know, I hate to point at Evo again, but just at how they have it organized, where they have their different regions, they have their Canadian, they have events in Singapore, Europe, worldwide, just all these events leading up to it. So I think that's like a good starting point for emulation.
Yeah.
Dude, Prog, do we have a count of how many events they have per region? Do we have a rough idea of that? It feels like there's like
Per
one
region?
big one per region leading up to
Yeah,
Evo.
it's basically one big one per region.
Okay.
There's NorCal regionals, SoCal regionals. Midwest has UFGT 9, I believe. We had Winter Brawl in the Northeast, CEO in the Southeast, Toryukin in Canada. I'm not sure how many there are in Japan. I think Shadowloo Showdown, I think, is one in Australia. So yeah, they're going everywhere.
Damn, hella events.
So, but these are only the majors count to it, right? They don't have points at locals.
No.
So, if we wanted to do something with locals, we'd have to do something a little different.
We
Yeah,
have
like
locals work as a
the
small
locals lead
scale
up.
version. Yeah,
Bingo.
leading up to the regionals. Bingo.
Scott, that's a sexy 7 on the scale of best ideas. When you're sexy 7.
Dude, I feel like since Sheridan's been promoted to doctor, that I'm gonna get like a severe downgrade in most of the ratings. I feel like there's a material
You're done
change
for,
there.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
could be.
Fraud or
Yeah, like previously 6 ideas are definitely fraudulent now. They're gonna be like 2. I'm not a fucking doctor now. Can't hear you ever say
Herb
that.
3.
Yeah. Well, another thing we can do is we can look at how tennis does it, because they have bigger and smaller events in terms of how many points you get, and not everybody attends all of those events. So it would be, and I think there's a lot of parallels just in general between Smash and Tennis. So that's something that I think we should investigate also.
What is parallel about Smash and Tennis? Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, I mean,
counterpicks with stage.
Can you counterpick like the clay court?
I mean, you don't counterpick, but there are the different majors have, different surfaces. Wimbledon is on grass, and you've got one on clay and two on a hard court, and there's even some subtle variations between the different hard courts too. And of course, all the little regionals have their own surfaces too. So it's maybe not as big, but there's a parallel there between that and stages and melee. And of course, it's all single players, right? There's not teams like like racing or anything like that.
Well, except
You've
when
just
there
got
are teams, right?
Yeah, but it's not a team in the tournament, right? It's not a team composed of individual competitors playing independently in the tournament.
Dude, but in Mario Tennis, there's 2 people on the court. That's teams.
Yes, but that's not the kind of teams I'm talking about.
But don't they have that in tennis?
No. I mean, yes, they have, but they have doubles.
Yeah, doubles.
But that's not
what
the
we
kind
call
of teams I'm
teams.
talking about.
Oh.
Oh.
Like, have you ever
Oh, no, I see what you're saying.
teams
like, as opposed to
teams
basketball
in cycling?
or
No. Well, that too, but have you ever watched like cycling?
No. You can watch cycling?
Dude,
Yeah,
Don't
dude.
you
It's
see
like a
Lance
slow
Armstrong?
version of NASCAR. What do you watch? Is it just an aerial view of
Anyway, they have teams in cycling, even though it's ostensibly an individual sport. And
equivalent to our crews.
Okay.
sure, yeah,
All right. Fine.
good. So
Fine.
What is the point of still lost with this?
Bobby was just asking between parallels between tennis and Smash, and then
I feel like if you had to
I thought we were
defend
talking about
this thesis,
points.
you would not be a doctor. If this was the thesis,
I mean, I want to go back.
The
yeah,
parallels
Cactus.
between tennis and Smash.
What were you saying, Cactus?
I want to go back and talk about the points because
Yeah,
the points are only significant as in what they are used for. It doesn't matter how many points you're getting. It's just what significance do they hold to get them. But
right.
when you get a certain amount, what does that qualify you for? What does that give you privilege-wise at the end of the season? And until you decide on what that is, it's just not important to
True.
talk about what the points are for.
Right. So, I don't know, did you have, I mean, I can think of a lot of different ways to do points and ways to use them, but did you have something in mind when you were coming up with this idea, Prog?
I was thinking automatically first thing seeding. There's always this issue at a lot of events. Okay, this person does well in their region. They don't do that good at nationals. How do we seed them?
Yeah.
That was my main idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, of course, you win the event, you're automatically taking money home.
Right.
That's a one and done without saying. But just hey, you have to make life easier for the TOs. You can say, hey, this person won this event, first seed, bam.
Yeah,
It's
true.
easy to cycle through it.
Yeah,
for the
I can
TOs.
tell you it's nice to be able to do seeding, way in advance because, I mean, most of the tournaments that I do, I'm usually talking to like 2 or 3 other guys, representatives from like other places in the country, and I go over the seeding that I have with them, and they tell me whether they agree with that or not. And it would be nice not to have to deal with that and just not to make it just a matter of opinion between a few people and actually just have concrete numbers that we can use.
Yeah, that way Apex bracket wouldn't have sucked.
Oh,
Nuts.
bracket, dude.
Do you know? Did you ever look at the bracket? It was so bad. It didn't make
Mine-
sense.
I heard.
Remind me of what it was.
Well, I won every tournament that year, and I had the hardest bracket. Like, Hungrybox didn't win anything that year, and he had the easiest bracket. Like, it didn't make sense to me.
Which one was the Hungrybox bracket? Which one?
He just
was...
played Leffen then Armada, which I think's pretty easy. I had to play Mute King then PP, which I think is ridiculous. And then, like, me and Mute King got the hard. Like, we got, I don't know. I felt like I should have been on Armada side, and Hungrybox should have been in my spot because he got spanked all year.
And apparently, did you guys agree on that? You guys talk about that kind of thing? leading up to the tournament?
Us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had talked to Armada and I had talked to PP, and we like all decided that was probably the best. Or we had agreed on PP Armada on one side and me and Mute King Hungrybox on the other side.
Yeah, but
And
instead
like we
it
all
was you, MTK, and PP on one side.
on one side, and then Hungrybox on like Armada's like he always gets lucky, and he always has the one person he can beat on his side of the bracket. He always only has Hungrybox. I think it's so silly.
And he beat PP.
Yeah, he beat PP, but PP's one of the PP, Mitch King, and me are the people who can I think have a better chance of beating him than Hungrybox, and he always
I
gets.
mean, to look at it logically, though, you look at the and it goes more often than not. It's Armada and then some combination of you and P.
Yeah.
Box is always 4. 1 and 4 are always going to play. 2 and 3 are always going to play because that's how the brackets get separated.
But even then, I thought they seeded it based on like, I think they did it off last year's Apex. So the Hungrybox got lucky there too because he got second last year. I just think it's pretty
Wait,
silly.
that doesn't make sense. If they seeded it based off of that, then they should have been separated. From
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't get what they were doing either way. I don't know.
It should have been Hungrybox and whoever got third, and not Hungrybox and Armada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have.
So that makes sense.
Should have boycotted. Should have had like a a riot before a single started.
Well, these things should have just been
Peer-
defined a lot better than they
Peer
were. 'Cause
review. Well, I think that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about a better way to.
Yeah. If you have a better way to do that, like everyone
Yeah.
would be
I
happy.
mean,
You can't
we do
make
want to like.
it.
There's also
I
a certain
think-
point where we have to convince TO the standard we want is, and I just don't know that we can do that.
That we could do what?
Like force TOs to abide by a standard I mean, I'd point at like Kish, who always wants to do his own thing, and I don't know if Alex Strife would want to be on board for
Right.
a section of his own tournament to be under our control. So
Well, I think a lot of people would be super grateful to have a basis on which to seed. I mean, Sheridan was talking about when you have people who are nowhere near your region, or like, even people who are, in nearby regions that you're really just not familiar with. It would be great to have some idea of where they should be be seated.
But there's always going to come up the situation where there's the guy who we know is really good, but just for whatever reason hasn't made it to a tournament where he can get a lot of points. And if you see him just by the numbers, it can mess things up.
see,
But
this is something where I think there is potential in. I mean, if we do get the NBR off the ground, not to interrupt you, I'm very sorry about that, but if we do get the NBR off the grounds again, it's supposed to be the new one. It's supposed to be just all of us high top level players and talking about shit. We could just make our own seating list and say that, hey, nationally, these are the people that we consider to be top whatever. These are how they should be seated in every bracket if they're all going to attend them. And you can just take this list and use it to seed brackets.
What are you talking about? MBR?
So, I mean, the new NBR that we kind of got rid of the old one, and the new one, Scar is the leader. I'm a leader.
I'm a leader. You called me the leader.
What's
Armada-
MBR? The melee backroom?
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
if we like top 10 rankings nationally for the U.S., we could use that as legitimate. Hey, TOs just look up our published lists and use this to seed the top players apart from each other.
Here's the thing, though. That was going to have to get updated constantly and consistently.
Yeah, after every major tournament,
yeah.
or before every major tournament, actually. Yeah.
Right. So the question is whether we're actually going to be able to do that or not. Because that's going to require getting a lot of people together, putting in work and time discussing it.
But I feel like that's a real-time discussion that happens between everybody. It's like, oh, who's better than who? And then if we're having that discussion between our group, say on Facebook, because it's a lot easier than in Smashwords, we can kind of come to a consensus that, oh, Mango is number 1 right now, or PB on the way down. I don't want to be biased. But I just don't think it would be that difficult as long as we had the people and we had the right membership who are willing to contribute to that conversation.
Can I ask
So how would that fit in with what we want to do with seeding with points, if at all? Or is that just a completely different alternative? Or
It's a different alternative. It's Apex, which is what Mango is talking about right here. I'm not kind of points right now.
Okay. Yeah. But So, would we, if we're gonna do seasons though, then, I mean that's kind of, I don't know if we could do seasons with seeding points at the same time as we do something like that.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm not saying that the two ideas should be merged, but I mean, we
Right.
don't have seasons.
Right. So,
could
I
do
mean,
it.
given that we don't, that's something that I think definitely we should look into.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, the thing with seasons is, like you mentioned, there's a lot of work to be done in terms of getting the TOs of majors on board with everything, and getting the locals results all reported to everybody into, you know, kind of, I guess, one master file where all these results can be collated.
That's the
but-
dream, dude.
Yeah. So history has shown that, you know, whatever happens, you know, in a year for Melee, we're always going to recover if something, you know, if some system doesn't work out, right? We had MLG for a year, and, you know, Melee went on just fine without MLG afterwards, without any kind of seeding points. So I think it's worth it just to try it out
Yeah,
for
'cause
at least
even-
a year
'cause
and
worst
see
case
what
scenario-
happens.
I hear what you're saying.
Worst case scenario,
We'll be
you know,
fine.
yeah, I mean, we'd be fine. You know, maybe a couple people played in the tournaments and they didn't like their seeding, right? And that sucks, but that kind of happens anyway.
So the
So-
only question that I would have, right? I mean, Road to Apex events are kind of mini versions of this as well.
Hmm.
How many people like know about how many Road to Apex points they have, and like how many people care about it?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
I don't
what are
think...
they for? What?
You get better seating, but like I feel like, you know, the awareness of those points and what they actually do for you is definitely, and also how hard it is to get them. You know, it's my impression that you need to do really well
It's not that.
to have a material impact on your seating at the event. So like, you know, how do we make those top of mind and like really valuable?
Well, I think that's where we need to make sure that we get everybody on board, because right now it's just with the, you know, with the Road to Apex thing, it's just if you're doing Apex, then that's all you're interested in. And also if you're, I mean, it's pretty much if you're a good player who's going to Apex, and, you know, Apex is a big impact on your scene, then you might care. But if we have this nationwide thing, and, you know, we really promote it and get all these regional TOs on board and all their satellite, you know, local TOs on board, then it's going to be, this idea is going to permeate a lot quicker and deeper into the community, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the awareness aspect can be done, for sure,
Yeah.
assuming we get people on board.
Well, so okay, one thing that I actually even talked to Alex Stripe about, and he wasn't ready to do because it was too close to Evo, too close to Apex, was having a different system where the seeding points don't put you like, you know, at the top of the tiny brackets, right?
Mm-hmm.
What were they called? Bracket pools? But
Right.
rather you get seeded out of bracket
brackets.
pools.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Now all of a sudden it's like, holy crap! I don't have to waste my day, you know, being part of pools. I can actually be seeded out.
Hey, wasting
See,
my day.
this is the part where I think that MLG really did something right, because what they had was pro bracket.
Yeah.
The significance of seeding points that you accumulated over the season was that the top 8 or top 16 players, seeding wise, points wise, they were automatically entered into the bracket. In our scenario, where we want to have local tournaments having some significance and building up a type of seeding point, that I think would just get applied to how you get seeded out in pools going into it. So from pools, the top 2 players from every pool go into amateur bracket, and then from that, fill out every person in the pro bracket, played against however far down into the amateur bracket that they pulled people out of. But they would all play, like if it was 8-person pro bracket, each of those 8 players would play a top 8 player from the amateur bracket, and that's how
Right.
it kind of just, it went up in levels, and it worked out really well every time. And on top of that having an impact, at the end of the season, the top 8 players, points-wise, got to participate in the the culmination tournament, the final
Right.
of the year, which was, I mean, that's what PC won and got that $10,000 check and held that out there.
Whoa,
but
no way! Holy crap!
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He made that much money.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a baller.
it was a
What the hell,
$10,000
dude?
tournament.
He got
What are
lucky
you-
the one
Yeah.
time. Lucky one time and made the sweet big check.
Dude, what was the
Yeah, well,
tournament where he?
it-
You guys remember that tournament where he back aired Dark Rain? I'm sorry, this is a tangent, and it
FC.
Phantom hit,
FC.
dude, or Dark Rain back aired him.
Yeah,
and
no.
Phantom hit.
Darkwing was spanking him, and then after that, it just all went downhill
The
for
whole
Darkwing.
set turned around. It was so
Ugh.
sad. Dude, it's the most depressing set I've ever watched in my life.
He outplayed him, and then he just
He got
Got
that Phantom, and it just got in his head.
yeah.
Poor Dark Rain, dude.
And I think the bracket that was, I don't remember exactly who was in that bracket, but like the worst player was like Hugo, who still did fairly well, just overall in the season. So I think it shows you that, and he went to like every seeding tournament also. So I think it shows you that, even if somebody really tries to manipulate the season with the points, or they go to to way more events than everybody else, a system similar to that, like you're not going to get something that's too different from what most of the players would agree on as the top, 8 or 16 or whatever.
It honestly
So-
worked out really well that year.
Yeah, it did.
Every event and qualified. I think he was the 7th slot, and Azin had taken a hiatus that year and suddenly decided to go back to an event. He went to one event and he won that event, and that was the only way that he could accumulate enough points to get the 8th spot and go to Vegas for that. And he managed to freaking do it. He pulled it back. I think one of those matches was the 3-stock comeback.
It was
on
it, yeah.
Stadium Martero, yeah. But, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it was just so intense.
I'd be cool if we could do
The
that.
points
Like,
were
oh my god,
very significant.
8-man
Yeah.
bracket with only baller pros. Like that'd be so sick.
Yeah.
How big of a bracket? 8 man?
It was
It was
just like
that was the
every
fun.
It
round.
was just 8-man
Yeah.
bracket.
It was like
Yeah.
Ken versus PC first round, Azin versus this guy. Like it was all the pros. Like Korean.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. It's just every match you wanted to watch. I think they were all like 3 out of 5. Like it was just sick.
Yeah.
See, this is where I think that Evo World, when we participated in 2007, didn't do it right, because all of the qualifying events, they didn't really have a significance, because you could just go to Evo World and there was an entire bracket that they wanted to set up at Evo World that was like an additional qualifier event going into it, and that's not what that should be. The final
Yeah.
event should be the top players proving themselves throughout the entire season, being selected and invited to this final tournament.
Yeah, that'd be
Right.
sick.
The only the only problem with getting everybody motivated to go to those tournaments, because I mean, this was in that season, like all the good players were going to every tournament almost, but that's because there was that $10,000 check for whoever was going to get the first in season points, and the question is whether we're going to be able to get everybody to travel to the regionals, without that kind of sponsorship.
Maybe we
I'd
can
go.
just get that sponsorship, dude.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
feel-
not
well, I feel
10K
like-
worth, but
I don't know. I feel like you don't really need money to convince the top players because we all just. I don't think any one of us plays for money. We just play to beat each other.
I think you're probably right.
it
Like-
does add to the hype.
No,
Yeah.
it definitely does. If there's
And
10
it
grand
might,
on the
it
line-
might, yeah, it might like change your mind on like the, kind of iffy situations where you're like, I'm not sure if I want to go, my schedule, all this, but it's gonna help me get that $10,000. So
All right,
I mean,
are you ready?
I
You ready
I'm
for
ready.
the best idea in the world?
Uh-oh.
okay, all right. Let's
I'm
hear
gonna
it.
need chat's help too. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna refine this idea just a little bit. So we're gonna see if it's a bad one or like actually the best one. And then when we come to the final culmination of this best idea, we're gonna ask you guys 1 or 2 yes or no. All right, Sheridan, you ready?
Yeah,
So we've been talking about how we really care about the love of the game, and ultimately like we just want to have like a really great experience. There's like there's one big thing that that we have noticed drives a ton of hype. It's money. Like seriously, it just drives so much hype. Like all those like $50 money matches between like 2 kids who play the game for like 5 days. Those are some of the most hype sets. Everybody wants to watch them. Everybody wants to go to them. All right. So now get ready for this.
Ready?
Okay.
Something else that I want to remind everybody of is that just how long ago? 3 months ago. 2 months ago, not even. We raised $94,000 to get our game into Evo. Okay, $94,000. We're not talking about that much money. What if we had an organized effort between, say, 5 or 6 regional TOs? We have something called like a circuit, and up front, everybody pays into it, say $100 or $200, something like that. And that gets you entry into every tournament in that whole circuit. You don't have to pay anything. No venue fee, no singles, no teams. And then we use all the money that we got up front and split it up between those tournaments and have like an organized effort where you already have like, you know, where the wins kind of go into a pool and, you know, the money kind of like adds up as you go. We have like one big final tournament.
Sheridan?
Uh-huh. I'm not quite sure I totally understand.
Do you kind of understand?
Yeah, but
I
I'm
get
not
it.
really.
You
I'm not
want
really
there to be
sure.
an initial buy-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You want that to kind of establish the circuit in itself and have that money. We figure out to generate a lot. The goal that you're working towards. This would be the total amount that we're working with, and
Yeah.
it's just
Where the
the
amount
difficult part. Which is
but I think the amount has to make sense even if you just stay in NorCal. Like in NorCal, we're gonna run like, you know, 5 or 6 tournaments over that time, and you know, if you went to all of them, you would have paid like what, $15 every one, and like we do the math and we know that it's like a good value for every region. But
so you want it to be like a season pass that you're essentially buying.
yeah.
well, okay. So is this just to promote attendance?
It's to create that like unification of
I see.
the greater event, and like if
I
you
see.
do happen to travel or if you do want to travel, that money got you into Impulse if you want to go. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
everything feeds into it is one thing ultimately.
Right. So this would clear you for for stuff that you travel to across the country also.
Yeah, and then the point is that like the payout at each tournament is not dependent on attendance. It's dependent on the original buy-in, and then the final tournament, like even if we want X dollars, you know. And this may not be for like tomorrow. We're not going to do it tomorrow or whatever. But I'm thinking like if we could do maybe not a 2014. Imagine we work for it, and we have a 2014 season. I would pay like, you know, how many dollars do you guys think that you pay to enter tournaments over a year? Probably like $300-400. I wouldn't want to pay it like that much up front, but like even Apex was just what, 70? Just to enter. Evo's going to be like another cool 80.
You know, it's like 80, I believe, something ridiculous.
So when you
I
think
mean, I feel
about
like this starts to go towards the idea that we could, like, hypothetically speaking, kickstart our own community and start our own Smash MLG company.
that's
And
basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because when you start getting into contracts and things like that, then you bring a lot of legal stuff into it, you know. So.
I mean, there are those in our community who are very familiar with doing things, and we wouldn't really have a problem with doing that, but it would be a matter of getting our community gathered, and instead of putting $95,000 to buy our way into this tournament that is hosted by a bunch of people that don't really like us all that much, raising a similar amount of money towards starting a Smash company that's crowdsourced, that's funded by the Smash community. So, I mean, it's a much
But
bigger
it's a tiny
conversation.
version.
Yeah. Start to prove the concept, but if we manage to prove that concept, we can make it much bigger than that.
Well,
True.
I think it's the best idea in the world.
But if we go down that direction, I mean, that's something that requires people almost basically taking a full-time job in doing that kind of thing, which is
Dude, I would
a
do it.
big.
The conversation we had on
Scar
the
would
back
do
end.
it so fast.
I would
Yeah.
do it.
You forgot what we have. We have
Yeah,
Blobby Scar at
Yeah,
our
dude.
hands, at our disposal.
true.
Dr. Z, you're out of school, right? Why don't you want to do this with me for a year?
I still work, man.
Nah, man, this
Still
is your
got
job
work to
now.
do.
This is your job.
I gotta work. I mean, I have to work on publishing the paper for all the research that I've done. You know, I just have my thesis. That's different from like you're publishing the paper in a journal.
When are you gonna publish it?
That depends. There's a big, long review process for all this stuff, so could be a month, could be 3 months, could be even longer.
All right. Well, I'll offer you.
And
a
I
job
got to apply.
June
I got
1st.
to apply to a postdoc position, and you know, that's a job where I work really hard all the time just to try to write as many papers as possible. So I promise nothing.
June 1st, I'm offering you a job.
We'll see, man.
Run tournaments for a living.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what's up.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Amplifier brought up a really good point that hella people watch like tons of StarCraft events and stuff like that, and people pay to actually just go.
Mhm.
I think that. Oh, he's making an opposite point that we don't get as many viewers.
Yeah,
I-
that was going to be what I was going to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Is,
Well, I was thinking that if you pay into that, then you can like just go to whatever tournament. But I guess if you did pay into it, you would want to play in every tournament. So.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's fun. That was a fun talk, dude. Do you want to do a NorCal circuit?
Yeah.
We do a mini.
Well,
one.
I mean, before we do this, we have to get all the regional TOs together on this, and establish a time frame for when we try to do this. So, I think after Evo is kind of the logical time to try to start a season. Try to do a season from end of Evo to, I guess, Apex,
Yeah,
the
that
next
sounds-
Apex,
That
right?
sounds pretty great.
So, I know, Alex has his Road to Evo events,
Apex, but yeah.
Road to Apex events, and we would basically, I guess, be trying to work off of that and just try to expand it into a much bigger thing.
Yeah.
Right. And one thing that I think would be really great if we could do is if we do have this, have this season that incorporates tournaments, across the nation, I would really love to finally start a dedicated stat keeping
Absolutely.
project
Absolutely.
on everything.
Agreed 1,000%.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so interested in that.
I know people have tried, but TOs already have a ton of work to do, so they can't really be in charge of this. That additionally, and it's hard to get people to write down all the information on their events. The best you can really do is watch all the videos that were recorded and try to parse out all the data manually, but that's difficult.
Dude,
But I see
kick the
Prog's
TO
trying to
out
get
if
on.
they don't
Let's
do it.
see. Yeah, let's see what Prog wants to say. I want to hear.
I want to kick the TO out of the ring if they don't follow the prescribed method of data tracking.
All right.
I mean, who are the TOs that you're talking about, though? I don't like that we're talking about TOs as this vague concept, because there's specific people
Joe
that...
Guy, Alex, whoever runs Tourneys in South, the NorCal heads of state.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Crimson
You guys have a
Bear.
title?
No.
Heads of state?
I call the heads of state the TOs, who's like Sheridan,
Yeah.
Tafikins, and Bobak.
Mhm.
Wow, Prog's really letting us down here. Prog, you're letting me
All right,
down.
I'm back.
There he is.
All right. So sorry, I want to really chime in on the stats chat real quick.
Because it's the most important thing in the world.
Dude, it's
Yes.
so good. So anyway, we're talking. I think Nintendo brought it up in the original thread, and
Yeah, I saw that.
I was
post.
pointing out how Glenn, again another California guy, former Smasher, operates GYT on Twitter, or at least used to operate it, under providing information to stream watchers on like certain base stats. For example, how often first hit in the game leads to a victory.
Mhm.
Number
I
of throws,
remember that. I
things
remember
like
that
that.
dude used to be sitting in the corner and he would just track everything.
Yeah, and I mean it's a phenomenal idea, but it just requires a ton of work.
Right.
You know, again, he only did it for streams, let alone attempting to do it for every single event, every single match that's been recorded in the tournament. So
Yeah, I mean, I can think of a whole bunch of things that I would love to track and to find correlations in, because I mean, a lot of what my work is taking a large amount of data and condensing it into some meaningful, numbers and
Right.
attributes.
Yeah.
So
it's good
that would be.
stuff.
I mean, if I had all that data, I would be. I mean, I could think of a ton of different things that I would be interested in. So,
What's the number one most interesting thing that you would look at?
well, the first things that come to mind are stages and characters. Right? How often does a character win on a stage? Counterpicks, how much counterpicks matter. I would like to see how often the first stock, like I don't think first hit matters, can get you that much information, but first stock, I would like to see how well that correlates to winning, as
I'd like
well
to see, like,
as
Game 1 turning into a set win.
game 1 turning into a set win, things like that. I mean,
And also,
just
even basic
characters.
stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone used to say back when it was the whole Scar Sun Spectre rivalry,
Mm-hmm.
Scar needed a hit, SS needed a grab, or vice versa. I don't remember. But just track that, how many times would Scar get his kills off of a hit versus a grab, vice versa, comparing that kind of data. Number of kills off the top versus the side, combos over 50%, how many of those appear per set.
I like to see
Number of
average
imps.
percent of death.
Yeah, I think that's a big one
Killed.
as well.
Yeah.
Some people actually think about that. I'm thinking about Mango actually right now. He mentioned that whenever he gets a hit, he wants to convert that into at least 50%, and if he doesn't, then that's like not a job well done. So that's super interesting. Like like the conversion from a hit. How much percent you get on average, and how good you are relative to that.
Thing is, something like this takes a lot of work.
It has to be
a
all
lot of
manual,
recorded
dude.
videos. Yeah, it does. It really does.
It's all manual.
Yeah.
Maybe we can figure it out.
Yeah, I you know what? I think there's a lot of people who would actually be interested in putting in this kind of work, but we just really have to organize it and put this whole project together and make sure everybody's got like a job.
Dude, hey man,
Yeah.
I feel like this transitions super well into our next topic. I'm gonna make it the next topic. Remember
Should
how
have
we
a break first.
You wanna have a break?
Yeah.
How long have we been talking?
An hour.
An hour.
Oh come on. That
Dinner
went by
time.
so fast. I'm gonna get some cereal. Mango, you back?
Yep.
We wanted to talk about like how to get better efficiently, and we
Fine,
can,
I'm gonna take a piss and I'll be back.
Alright, we're on a break.
Are we on break?
Later.
I gotta pee too.
We're on a break. Mango,
Scientology.
you just got back.
Well, because it was my mom's birthday, I had to talk to her for a little.
Happy
Hang
birthday,
out.
Monica. Dude, I'm friends with her on Facebook, but I
Did you
didn't get
tell her
to
happy birthday, dude?
Maybe I'm not friends with her on Facebook.
You need to get on that, mister.
Yeah, alright, I'm doing it right now.
I'll get ready to like it.
I have a question. What happened to you going to Philly?
Huh?
Messed up.
We were supposed to come, but complications occurred.
Complications.
Complications. You'll understand one day. I
Thanks,
promise you.
Mango.
Oh, dude, I want to go to Philly. I've been wanting to have a cheesesteak and beer. That's what I've been waiting for.
Weren't we talking about
Best place to do
was
that.
I gonna go when you went or something?
Yeah, we were planning it out.
Didn't happen.
So I'll tell you about it one day.
Dude, look at Dr. Z's room. In high definition. There's
What a
the melee
room.
controller over here. There's like TV sideways. Oh no, that's a mirror.
That is a mirror.
And that's is that Sheridan's finger? What is happening? Maybe it was a commercial for an iPad.
Want to talk about improvement?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that, and like we could talk a little bit about like when I watch videos, like I wouldn't mind tracking stuff, writing stuff out, especially if I'm already looking for it. Mango, we were talking about like, did you hear what we were talking about stats?
No, but I think we've had this conversation like 5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
My mom said, "Who is Bobby Scarduzio?" Messaged me real quick.
What did he say?
Oh, but I said my homie. What were you saying?
Yeah, we were talking about stats and like tracking the in-game.
Remember, I told you this when I was like 17, when I stayed with you, and you thought it was the coolest thing. Like, how many lasers does a Falco shoot on average? Then you average it out. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
22 lasers a game.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing ever.
And how many reads do you get? Like, you get 8 grabs, and you're averaging 3 punishes. Like, You can do a bunch with it. It's really cool.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. And then I talked about how you said that, like, when you get a hit, you want to do at least 50%. And I said, like,
Yeah.
you know, that could be a really cool thing to see, like, on average, when you hit somebody, how much do you convert?
Yeah, how much percent you're converting.
Yeah. So, Sheridan, you know what I was thinking, like, we're sort of talking a little bit about, like, getting better yourself. I wanted to talk about that today. And
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a great, like, a really reliable source of data. Like, if I were looking at my own vids and studying them, I think that it would be great to know what I should be thinking about and what really has been demonstrated to, you know, to show that people have gotten better and, like, actually hitting a percent of your punishes or whatever. Like, me tracking that myself for me, I think would be valuable for me, and then it plays into or feeds into a larger knowledge base.
Yeah, because I think it can really goes a long way towards informing you what you need to work on and what's going to be like the most efficient way to improve.
Yeah.
But you know, you have to be careful because stats can only tell you so much, right? There's the whole mental aspect of the game that you can't really put down into numbers very well. You can try to guess what's going on based on the numbers, but really only you know what you're thinking when you did a certain thing, and you know what you can attribute a mistake or a success to. So, you know, if you're going to use numbers, you have to be also cognizant of that whole aspect of it too, and not assume that the numbers are going to paint the whole picture.
Yeah, of course.
But
and, like, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're like, oh, dude, this one game I converted 100% off of a grab, I killed him every time, and then it turns out it's like a dude who didn't know how to tech, and you just like down through him and killed him every time. It's like, all right, well, that's not saying that you're super good.
Right.
So yeah, there's definitely a lot to consider, but I mean, I feel like it would be really helpful for me to see, you know, Jeff on average gets a grab and does X, and like, how many do I do?
Yeah. You know, and it could also inform just your overall strategy too. Like, I mean, you want to have something that you're trying to accomplish in the match. Like, you're always looking to go into this position, right? To this advantageous position. Like, push this guy towards the center or towards the edge of the stage, or push this guy onto a platform, or get a grab, or things like that. And you know, you can look at. There's a lot of different things you can look at to tell you, you know, what's the most effective overall strategy of gameplay. You know.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. That'll definitely help us understand.
I hate this idea.
You do?
I mean, me looking at like, yeah, I'll get like 50 first hits and then not convert even 10% of the time.
Yeah, but
I hate this idea.
then you'll be revered for like your first hits per match, you know, percentage or something.
It's just gonna be embarrassing.
Or like, you know, like hits in the neutral game. You would have.
It tells you where you.
Yeah, you would have like 80+%. Something silly like that.
It'd be awful.
And then, yeah, 15 damage per hit. That's how much
That's
does
a
Nair do?
terrible average. Terrible.
How much
That's a
does Nair do?
Nair shine to failed wave dash to no conversion.
Yeah.
That's what Cactuar is averaging.
But he gets hella hits, dude.
How do I beat anybody? It's terrible.
So, something that I think... you guys want to take call-ins for like 15 minutes? Let's do radio-style call-ins.
Absolutely.
Wait, what are we talking about? Let's
We're
go
going to
back.
have people come on and just say stuff. Oh, we were talking more about stats.
Oh, that's okay.
Stats are pretty dope. Hey, we're going to do radio-style call-ins. Mango could do an AMA on Reddit, but he could also just answer whatever question you want now. 'Cause he's here. Biz, zero price. Just message me on Skype if you want to call in, and I'll bring you in. Just say, hey, I want to call in.
When are we gonna talk about getting better?
Right, that's the topic. Mostly.
That's the topic right now.
Yeah, but I'm gonna bring American in because he wants to talk about getting better.
Okay.
We can talk about whatever. Falco 400.
What's up, dudes?
Hey, what's
Hey,
up,
Brett?
Brett?
Calling people up in hardest
Healing.
form right now. Sorry, hold on. Let me leave my game.
Wow, you were in a game? Wow.
Yeah, man, I was listening.
Whatever, man. Should be
Gotta mute
giving
the
us
stream
your
too, hold on.
100% attention. What's up with it? You're on the show.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about getting better because. Hold on a second.
Come on, Brett.
Man, this is terrible.
Yo, it was looping. My bad.
Good,
Okay,
good
I got
work.
rid of it. Here we
Hey,
go.
weren't you
Basically,
in that one combo video. Palmdale,
yeah, that was me.
come back to me.
It was a long time ago.
You're from Palmdale?
Yeah.
Do you like Afro Man?
It's overrated.
Wow. All right, let's get to your question. Anyway, really poorly.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys were talking about getting better, and this really tied into the project that I was talking to Prog and Scarduzio about earlier. And basically, I didn't talk too much about it because I was waiting on replies from some big companies. I have a really good relationship with a company called NewTek, and they make broadcast equipment for portable use. So one of their main things is called the TriCaster, and they use those at MLG, and they're really, really powerful and like transport friendly devices. And so I was talking to them about possibly sponsoring me for getting a unit, and I finally heard back from them, and they said, yeah, they'd love to help me out. They're always down for helping out nonprofits and startups and stuff like that. But the problem was, for my format of the show, I wanted to do like 6 weeks leading up to Evo. And he told me, like, yeah, I could give you a unit for 2 weeks, and I could possibly throw in an instant replay system. So that's kind of what I'm looking for in the time frame. A little bit about the project. This was specifically, it was a training facility type environment. If you guys are familiar with other people in the fighting game community, like FGTV or whatnot, like they broadcast out of their house all. Hold on, man. They broadcast out of their house all the time, and they have extremely high quality streams. And like I talked about this a little bit, I do this in my professional life, you know. So like I have the know-how, might as well do it, you know. It helped legitimize Melee and the other fighting game communities.
Yeah. And
Melee like really doesn't have like super high quality streamed events. Like lately, the production value's been getting a lot better, so that's really good. But the format of the show, like I talked to Oscar and Mango about it a little bit. It's going to be like really a training facility where me running the production, I have the ability to record sets in real time and then play them back. So then once I can have two players play first to 10 and then come back on the mic and actually commentate their own matches, so they can actually give feedback as to why they made decisions in real time and stuff like that. So the idea has been tossed around a lot, but it's been done really jankily. Like people do it.
What are you talking about instant replay? Can you share more about this?
Yeah, so basically NewTek has a couple devices. One of them is called a 3Play, and it's basically an instant replay device that you can record images up to real time. And so, for instance, if you're at a sporting event, you can roll back to a tackle or to a goal or whatnot.
Oh, whoa, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
They have like a thing that does it.
Right, and you can
Dude,
also...
I never even thought about that. I just figured that like they rolled back the tape and like...
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
never thought about instant replays at sporting events ever once in my life. I was just like, oh yeah, you know.
yeah, I mean, because I've done tape op also, and generally when you have the program mix being recorded, it's generally recorded into a bunch of different places for safety. And so yeah, you can have one tape op that's actually just straight up spinning the tape back and playing back. But then what's cool about the 3Play and stuff like that is you can actually do extra graphics and overlay along with it. So
you
I mean,
don't work for these guys, do you?
no, I've worked closely with them, and
You're doing
part
a
of their
great job advertising their product.
well, part of the reason why they like me so much is because I've helped them get into other big companies. But so for Melee, I wanted to have like a really nice training facility where I could have players like Mango come in, because I live close to all these guys, and I know Hugo was really talking about shaking the rust off for Evo and stuff like that. So it'd really be a good place where these players could come and fucking play. Do like a nice stream for maybe 2 hours or so, 2-3 hours, and then I mean they could turn the stream off and play friendlies if they wanted. But that was kind of the idea for like a really good training facility where people like me, like I play a lot mindlessly, you know, so where you can actually like think about the game and actually really improve based off of the feedback of these other players, pro players and stuff like that.
So now, when you say training facility, for some reason I'm thinking about the facility in GoldenEye, like just that like area. But like, what do you mean a facility? Is it just gonna be like your room, or
No.
are
Well,
you gonna
I
rent
mean,
out some space?
I have places, but I would probably just do it at my apartment just because. And when I say facility, I mean based off of like the formula of FGTV and stuff like that, they usually have one guest where they come in and then they come in and they practice, you know. So it's not going to be like broadcasting or streaming a tournament where you have tons and tons of people playing. It's a very like small group of people where you have a lot more like focused analysis of your play and a lot less like just like a lot less like mindless, you know, just grinding out games and more of like actually getting value for your work that you put in, I guess.
So could you in theory then play one game and talk about it as opposed to playing 10 games and then talking about all of them?
Absolutely. I mean, the cool thing about TriCaster 2 is it has built-in hard drives where you can actually spin and record.
How much is this thing?
The smallest unit is called the TriCaster 40. It does 4 cameras. That's $7,000. But then words into $40,000. And so that's why, like I said, money isn't the money for that type of unit isn't really realistic, and that's why I was looking to get a sponsorship. But yeah, so I know you guys are talking about earlier in the show, like there's a ton of events going on.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of maybe doing like 2 weekend events. And I talked to the guys yesterday, and I said maybe in June sometime, but based off of like all these events going on, I really don't want to step on anybody else's toes. I kind of want to find a nice slot for it.
Do it whenever you want, dude. We want to... Well, never mind. Yeah, that's a good approach.
But at the same time, too, like there is some other equipment that I would need to invest in. Like I need a soundboard, I need distribution amplifiers and stuff like that, just to like make it technically sound.
That's a drop in the bucket compared to your tricorder.
Yeah, I mean that stuff is not expensive. Like composite distribution amps, you can get them at like fucking Radio Shack for like $60, $80 or whatever.
There you go.
And then a soundboard, I could probably borrow one, but I might just invest in one. That's not going to be too much, maybe a couple $100.
Do it. Anybody who has a soundboard, mail it to American.
But yeah, I mean, I have a camera, I have a decent mic. The TriCaster does really awesome stuff with green screen, so I could fucking nail up a green screen on the wall, and we could put you in outer space. I could put you on FD if you wanted. But yeah, I have a lot of production value options for that, you know, and I think it'd be fun.
That sounds like it would add a lot to the overall project.
Yeah, green screens, right? No, but
the first half of it is phenomenal. Hey, can I go to the training facility or what?
Oh, fuck no, man. You're not invited. I'm just kidding.
Off the show. Give him the boot.
I'm kicking you off, dude.
See ya.
Thanks, I'm going to say thanks. You get no shout-outs.
Thank you, sir.
No, thanks.
That sounds... I mean, this whole idea sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah, dude.
Because...
That's pretty sweet.
I mean, there's so much stuff you can do with instant replay. Just like, oh my god. But
it's
really...
It's only $7,000, dude.
Yeah, I know. But I think the really cool thing that it's going to let you do is... Because, I mean, you know, watching your own videos is a good way to improve. But, you know, like I said, so much of it is the mental game. And, you know, when you watch the videos, you know, a few days later when they come up on YouTube, you've probably completely forgotten, you know, half of what was going through your mind during all those little decisions. And having the instant replay and the other guy there, you know, and being able to discuss between each of you, like what was going through your mind together in each, you know, situation, that's going to open up, you know, a whole lot of stuff.
Can I just ask a question?
Sweet.
Like, how many times have you been in game and somebody was like, or even I know, I would ask the question like, hey, why'd you just do that? And they would be like, what? And then in that like 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, I completely forgot what I was asking.
Well, because like in that 2 seconds, 9 other things happen. So,
So
it's like,
many
oh, what are you
other
talking
things
about?
happen.
Are you talking about this or that?
When
or that?
I was,
Yeah.
Usually you always end up with green.
Right.
It's like, yeah. No, I just did it because it felt right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Max, were you gonna say something? Dean Tupper wants to come in and talk about your jam right now, Dash Dance neutral game. You ready?
Neutral game.
I think a lot of watching videos, a lot of different ways to watch videos. You can look specifically for the techniques that players have where it's obvious that they do this repeatedly in a situation. Like I was watching Mango play earlier, and
Nice.
I mean, in addition to his general shield pressure, where a lot of the times he'll do a shine and then he'll do an aerial shine and then waveland immediately on top of the platform above the opponent. He'll also do that from the ledge as an escape and to kind of buy himself room getting onto the stage. You look for specific. Well, you look for specific sequences of actions that players perform, and it lets you kind of, if you just write that down, you write down the sequence of things. Like I also watched PP, and one of the things that he was doing, I didn't really think about it because I've only like just recently started playing Falco, but I'm looking for things for Falco, what Falco can do.
You shoot lasers? Is that what
Well,
doing?
something as simple as specific scenarios, like if he's going to edgeguard an opponent, lasering to the very edge, what is the fastest way to get onto the edge after doing forward laser off the side of the stage? And that's as simple as just doing laser holding back so that you start like a turn walk and then wave dashing back onto the stage. That's something you should be practicing, but it's probably not something that you practice because it's not as fun as moving around the wall and moving all over the platforms and doing crazy nonsense. But it's something that's very simple. It's just short hop laser, space, wave dash onto the edge. You just practice that one little sequence over and over, and you get that to be second nature. There are so many things that high to top level players do in their matches that are clearly repeatedly that you can go in there and just take out huge sections of actions, huge sequences, and replicate that and kind of get an idea of what the purpose of it is, and then practice that.
Dude, will you stream that like one time? Will you just like pick a day
But,
at some point in some month and just like watch some videos and be like, oh, this looks interesting to me?
Dude, I was actually thinking of doing that when I was bored.
Dude, Mango,
because I
if
watch
you do that, I'll sponsor you. I'll
because
pay you to do that.
like I'll watch a comment. I'll just watch a match, whatever, you know, Zoo versus whatever, and like Zoo or anybody, they'll just do something. I'm like, oh my god, that was so amazing, and the commentators like don't acknowledge it at all, and I'm like, do you realize what just happened? Like he did this,
Zoo has
faded him into that. Like that was amazing, and they didn't say anything about it.
Full
So I was
jump
thinking I
wavelengths to
can
a side
commentate.
platform. Things. It's
Man,
amazing,
poor-
but that's
poor
only
Cactus
one way to watch vids.
Poor Cactus is cutting out on me, man.
Yeah, I can't. You keep cutting out, Cactus. I don't know what you're saying.
It's either
I can
your
usually
mic-
put it together, but
Yeah.
it cuts out like for like a second and a half, like every 15 seconds.
And we
It'd
missed
probably be
it.
better if I switched to my other computer, but I'm gonna lose the webcam, so I'm gonna do that.
No.
Oh, I have to have
want
the webcam.
I want the
Sure.
webcam.
So, I mean, that's
Put it
one
to a
way
vote
to
if
watch
you want.
vids. There's another way to watch vids, which is trying to understand the mentality of the player, which is from the perspective of one player, how they're acting to the other player, whether they're going on the offense or defense in reaction to how that other player is acting. And that's a lot of the individual. Like, watch Mango play. If you get into Mango's mindset, try to be Mango. Try to think as
Can't
if
be
you
Mango.
were- Well, that's
Come on, Cactus.
be Mango.
Come on, man.
Aggressive player. His entire playstyle is looking for an opening. So you're looking, as soon as you see an opening, you want to have that like kind of feeling just like swell up inside you, which is, I want to attack right now. What would Mango do? Mango would attack right now.
What would Mango do?
Dude, when I wear the What Was Mango Do tag, I play like an idiot.
It's hard to be Mango,
I
dude.
stopped
You
wearing
can't do
it.
it.
I
See,
stopped
Mango,
wearing it.
look at it though. He has very calculated aggression. So it's not just go balls deep.
Sometimes. No, sometimes it's ball deep and I get gimped 8
Sometimes
times.
it is. But
You get gimped like 15 times a set.
Sometimes it is, and I don't even know what I was thinking myself. So maybe I should rewatch
Yeah.
and get in that.
Dude, so
Yeah.
I have two things to say. First of all, Dean Tupper, I'm sorry I didn't get you on yet. I have to ask Mango a couple questions. Number one, if you would start commentating and streaming it, I would like actually, I would sponsor you.
Dude, I was thinking like I would
would
like
be
I would
awesome.
just like people would send me a match and I would
Yeah.
just commentate it as like if I was commentating it live.
No, exactly.
You know,
That's exactly
and I would just
what you should
literally do commentary on matches that people sent me, you know?
Dude, if you ever want to co-cast, like I'll totally co-cast.
Oh yeah, dude, that'd be fun.
Yeah. All right, so that's number one. Number two, somebody in chat asked the most amazing question. Why did Armada roll into you? What made him do that? How did you know?
You guys want to hear the story?
I really want to. I can't believe I've never heard this story. Tell us
okay,
about that
wait.
moment.
Let me see. Let me get this ready.
Dude, during story time, I'm going to pull the video up.
You should. It's a good video.
It's amazing.
Okay, so
I'll link you guys.
So okay, we'll just go back to that whole situation. So I was down. Oh no, okay. Well, I'll tell you the origin of why I knew he would roll.
Tell the extent of the story, dude. Yeah.
So in one of our I went puff, and in our first set, I went puff, and he spanked my puff because I just wasn't whatever. Before I switched to Falcon, I went puff, and we were almost in we were in the identical situation I remember, and he
Which
rolled.
one are we gonna talk about, the Battlefield game or the FD game, or the whatchamacallit
Stadium.
No, Battlefield. The Battlefield one.
Talking about
Battlefield roll.
So yeah,
Battlefield roll. Okay.
So yeah, where was I? Oh, so in one of the first games, we were like almost in the mirror, same situation, and he rolled, and I'm like, I could have rested, but I'm like, no, I want to save that for later. So if at any point we're in the same situation again, I'm just gonna assume he's gonna roll again because that's what he did last time. So here it comes, match 2.4.
Yeah, dude.
And then we're literally in the same situation. I'm like, if he rolls, I'm going for the gold. And I'm like, I know from the bottom of my heart he's gonna roll. I just I just felt so hard in my gut that if we were ever in that situation again, he would roll because what else is he gonna do? Like that's probably what he's used to. And then I just trusted myself, and then it was just like read of the year, read of the decade. Read him so hard.
So we're watching it now. What situation was it even in? Like, what was the situation?
It was like we're just standing next to each other, like, and he's shielding, and then like it was that just you'll see right now. It's like that exact same situation. Oh, dude, he rapes me so hard right here. Boom, that forward air.
Yeah, that sucked.
Peach can't. I've never seen a Peach move that fast. I was like, what? Well, I was so mad on this last stock already. So furious. Watch. I start trying to force things. I take like 40.
That was
damage.
definitely a dash attack of rage.
Like, look at that force smash.
Yeah.
Oh, nair. I'm just trying to nair. This up smash was a complete accident. And that up smash was a 1000% accident. But I like
what
stand
did
it.
you mean to do?
Okay, wait. Okay, look. So, just gotta wait for the moment. So I attack on this little percent, which is really nice. And then...
Oh my
So right here, watch.
God.
That's the situation right there. You're just standing there, boom. Like, that situation had happened. Not, like, identical, but, we weren't that close. Last time we was a little further, but it was, like, essentially the same situation, watch. Like, we're just standing next to each other.
It's so crazy how long you're just
Right
standing
there.
next to each other.
Yeah, we're standing next to each other, and this happened earlier, and he rolled, so I'm like, okay, he's gonna roll again. And then he rolled again.
Oh my God. That's so crazy.
I never don't get the chills when I watch that. That always gives me
No,
the
yeah,
chills.
it's really crazy. I think that's one of the most amazing moments. Do
That's one of my-
Do you have a story about the stadium match? Or is it just
No, he just got raped, is what happened. That's all that happened on...
The stadium roll was unforgivable. Almost.
Yeah, it was like, it's just, I don't know.
It wasn't last stock, was it?
No, it was
No,
like, it gives me a 3
that
stock.
one Armada almost came back on that one.
Oh, yeah, the last stock of this is so intense. It's so crazy.
That's because you were being a jerk. I was watching that, and you were just like showboating.
Yeah, oh, no, dude, that gave me the confidence I needed to spank him another set. Like, I was playing 2 not mango like. So then I get this lead, and I'm like,
There
wait.
was value in your showboating. It was important.
Like, yeah, I went for that dumb rest. Like, I needed to, like, calm myself down so, like, I can prepare myself for the next set. It almost cost me, but it didn't, so it doesn't matter. Here it comes. Look at this stock. Like, watch this. This stock's so perfect. Grab. Space perfect. Oh, Nair. Where you going? Oh, Nair again. Like, oh my god, I'm playing so good. Throw him again. And then I'm just spacing him out, and then...
Oh my god, dude, that was so insane.
That, like, 9 seconds, I played perfect. Like, I just read him on everything. I grabbed every one of his shields. Like, it was crazy.
I like want to know what made him rest there, or what made him roll there.
Yeah, because he had space
That dash dance
behind
was
him.
so nuts.
Well, because I'm pretty sure he's never had the Jigglypuff dash dance in front of him. So, it's like,
Yeah.
when you encounter
who
a new
has?
situation, it's just like you just have to think about it on the spot. And I think like players like Armada they're not really on the spot players. They're more like, I've been in the situation before. I know what to do.
Yeah. It's
And
like
that's
MCK.
also-
It's all about
yeah.
preparation.
Yeah, he's prepped for that.
That's
But when you put players like him or Peepy or like Mewtwo King in a situation that they've never been in before, they might do pretty scrubby things. Just like
They
oh my
freeze
God.
up and they hold their shield for too long, or they spot
Yeah, just
up.
something dumb. That's why when I play Mewtwo King, I just throw out randy newbie stuff that looks like, why did that work? But it's like, well, the robot's not in the system, so like he doesn't have the software for this, so of course it's gonna work.
And then, do you have a story about like the last Mango Mewtwo King game?
Oh, you talking about the Cornelia rest?
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to find it. It's actually.
I mean, MCK just got
quick
vaped.
challenges.
Just read the comments, you'll find it. But no, the only thing for that was no, we didn't have the software last time. I played terrible, but we're not going into that. But oh, cause you know when I get Corneria arrest, I do a jab. I set up the mango combo, and then in the previous match I missed it because the Corneria thing's kind of tilted sideways.
Yeah.
So when I missed it because it was just like, and I'm like, well, I don't want to go for it again because I don't want to miss and lose because I missed the rest again. So and then I'm just like, I'm gonna throw him in the air, and then I saw the plane come, and again like I saw it coming, and I'm like, okay, like I know he's gonna tech in place because like if you're never in a situation, he's never been in that situation. Like why would you tech any other way but in place on a plane? If you're on the plane, you're gonna tech in place. It just made sense to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna go for the rest, and then I did. Dude, the room was so quiet. The room didn't know what to say. It was amazing.
So quiet. Dude, the only sound was Plank saying, "Music King, camp." I never thought I'd have to tell you to camp.
It was crazy.
I'll never forget that.
Did you watch me win Pound 3?
Yeah, I was there,
See,
dude. I was in the room. I hated you so much.
I actually think Mewtwo King's just because it gave you so much time to learn him and adapt to him and kind of like set yourself up for every scenario perfectly the way you wanted it to be. Like he ran away and lasered the entire time. And
he played. I've never been so camped as hard as I did by Corneria. Like
it was
you would hit
miserable.
me, run away, laser, and I'd just be like, all right, well, if that's all you got, you're not gonna win.
PB&J said Mango's hanging out with him, so we're gonna add him to the call there. But I have to add Dean Tupper because he's been waiting for 100 million years.
Shit, forgot about that guy.
No, I didn't forget about him. He wants to talk about the neutral game and dash dancing.
All right.
Did one of the most cool people in the chat link me to the video? Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I don't know why I couldn't find it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, dude, what is up with it? You're on Melee on me.
I feel like I shouldn't go after the Mango beating Armada story, but
cool, dude.
Yeah,
cool.
you're definitely you're competing with the tough opening act. Sorry, it's just gonna be a forgettable call.
Well, the theme was getting better, and something I've been focusing on is dash dancing, and I think a lot of people, they do it the first time and then they skip it and go on to other advanced techniques. But I've been really looking into really tight dash dances to take the stage control and just general neutral game stuff. And basically the problem I'm having is I just getting dash dance grabbed a lot. And I know I should be overshooting, but that's generally what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, why don't you want to toss this to Cactuar or Mango? Who wants to?
Anybody.
Does anybody want to take this? I suck at dash dancing, so I have nothing to say.
Yeah, dash dance is terrible.
My dash dance is
Question: how do you dash dance better, or is this how do you avoid getting dash dance grabbed? Because those are two very different concepts.
It's more just general neutral game. I just wanted to make the point that I really think dash dancing is awesome.
Yeah, so I guess how do you even think about the neutral game? That's going to Mango or Cactus or
about like just dash dancing in general.
Yeah.
Dude, I think more people should dash dance. I think honestly it's probably the most unique thing about Melee. The fact that you can just dash dance so fast and like you can just like it's just amazing. Like I don't think anyone dash dances anymore. Like if you look at anyone, like you watch people play, like you never see people do like real like perfect dash dance. It's like, oh, that was an amazing dash dance. I think it's very underused and like you see, yeah, it's not a big part of many people's game. And I don't know why, it's amazing.
In my views on dash dancing is that, I mean, you see a lot of players who will move left and right really quickly, but the foundation of good dash dancing comes when you stop moving left and right and you start moving towards and away from your opponent.
Yeah, right.
Moving towards and away from your opponent, there is an intent behind your moving towards an opponent. You're kind of making the opponent feel as if you are preparing to attack them, which is to provoke a certain type of reaction. When you're moving away from an opponent, again, it's either retreating, space between the two of you. There's a different intent there. Dash dancing, when you are really good at it, you get up in somebody's face, and every time you towards them, your dash just it feels like you're attacking them. It feels like if they don't act a certain way, then they are going to get hit by the next action that you throw out, or you'll just like completely overwhelm them and they'll freak out and they'll just extend out of a really bad defensive position and create an opening for you to get in there and just destroy them. So it's just, there's, like Mango said, it's just the best thing.
I think so.
in your game, it feels incredible.
And so
Yeah, you just
how do you go from a place where your dash dances are horrible and thoughtless and basically just going left and right because like it looks pretty cool or you think you should, to a place where you're doing it for a reason?
Well, if you're there's like 3 different types. There's like you can use like it's like you can have offensive dash dancing, like Cactuar was saying. Like I promise you, go dash dance in someone's shield, in front of someone's shield for 3 seconds, and I guarantee you they will do something stupid. It's just like because they just don't. It's like, why is this guy not attacking me? He's just kind of, you know. And then there's defensive dash dance, like the Mute Kings, the like Armadas, like they'll back up, you know. So it's like you just have to decide which one you want to work on.
I thought you said there's 3.
And then the other one, oh yeah, and then there's the other one. It's kind of like both, you know. Like Mute King's really good at that. He's always doing kind of both. Like he'll run at you to like bait you, but then he'll run back to like get you to attack him. Like there's like like you can do both at the same time, or you can just work on like just doing one and getting really good at one.
All right, so Dean, do you have any follow-up questions? I have a follow-up question.
No, I just wanted to talk general stuff, but you go ahead and do yours.
So, all right, how about me? Like, I'll dash dance in front of somebody's shield, but I'll do it in range of them kicking me, and then I'll get kicked.
Then that's a 1 out of 10 dash dance. That's a very bad dash dance. If you're dash dancing right, to me, a good dash dance in their face is like you give them the kind of like the idea that they think they can attack you. But if you're good at dash dancing, you'll always be just out of space, and it's like boom, punish like real quick, you know.
So I want
so
to
if
be
you're
close
dash dancing
enough that they think they could hit me. But
you want to give them the image to think. You want to give them the idea that they could hit you, but then all of a sudden, last second, you're like, nope, and you do some Matrix stuff, and you just back up a little frame, and then it's a free punish like every time.
on top of this, with aggressive dash dancing, you want to be able to establish what your threat is. Like if you're really close to the opponent and you're dash dancing in their face, but they don't know what you can do, then it's kind of hard to anticipate what the reaction is going to be. But if you're constantly dash dancing into them and they know that your fastest, your fallback move to do in that situation is to dash dance and then go into them, and your fastest action is like with Falcon, say just the short hop nair, rising immediate fast off the ground, they're going to be scared of your short hop nair, and they're going to try and have a defensive reaction to that. But at the same time, instead of doing that short hop nair, you do like a short dash going back, and you just kind of like stall out there, and they reach out like that, and you short hop the same way. They react to that short hop as if you're going to nair, but instead you're just waiting to like back air them in the face, establishing what your potential position is, and then countering what their next action in response to that is going to be. Mango does that a lot. He spaces things out and just kind of like slowly moves into where he can hit you after you react and completely whiff on him.
Yeah, I bait people all day, and I didn't even work on that. Like I just got good on that. Good at that. And then I watch my videos. I'm like, oh my god, I spaced that so perfect. Like, that was amazing. But I didn't even know I was doing that. It's just like natural.
All right,
I think that's a Puff thing. I think Puff players learn that just innately.
No, you're right.
Everybody
that's
else has to work
thing.
on that.
That was my hypothesis too.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Dean, how do you feel about that? Feel like that was a pretty good answer?
Definitely. I'm glad Mango agrees with me. I've always been saying dash dance is so fucking awesome.
It is. I think it's up there in like top 3 best things you can have in your game. If you have a good dash dance, you can make things
footies. In every other game, they have these like slow footies, which is like in Street Fighter. They do have characters that have like committed dashes and like rolls back and all that kind of nonsense, but actions that kind of restrict your options way too much. In Melee, we have dash. Dash is incredibly fast. You can cover so much space with most characters with dash, and it's just you have to think on time frame than you do in other games. It's intense.
I love Melee.
Yeah.
I love Melee
So
too,
good.
dude.
So good.
All right, Dean, thanks for coming on. You have anything you want to say to your, like, you want to shout out your mom or, any of your best friends or anything like that?
Nah.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
good to talk to you.
See you, Dean.
Take it easy, man. Hey, I have a question. When I nair, sometimes Fox is too short and I nair over his head. What am I doing?
That's just kind of a Captain Falcon thing, dude.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I think that's the hard part about Falcon. All your aerials have to be 100% precise, or you're just gonna miss.
Yeah.
That's like the life of Falcon. That's why I think when Falcons play good, it's amazing. It's like, oh, dude, it's so precise. It's so
How
cool.
do I nair?
Especially with like up air. Cause up air, like frame perfect. I think you can pick up Fox off the ground.
You
right?
can.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You run up to him and just do a perfect up air, your feet. Well, you just uppercut his little chin.
Same from Fox.
Just, yeah. What were you gonna say, Scar?
sad about Nair not hitting Fox all the time.
You got to do it right. You're not doing it
Just
right.
means your
He
text
hit
skill
like
plus.
his ears or something. That helmet. I don't know, man.
Then if you're missing, I think if your Nair is going over his head, you're doing your Nair too early. Yeah, you're definitely doing it. Because if you delay a second, your Falcon will drop like a little inch, and then bam, you just kick him in the face. So yeah, you just have bad Nairs. You gotta work on your Nairs.
I actually do think that I have bad Nairs. Not even.
No, if you're missing, then you're definitely doing it too early, and you gotta work on that. So yeah, go work on your dash dancing and Nair, mister.
All right, for sure.
You're not gonna get second in beef.
No. I'm getting second, dude. It's not even a question.
All right, my bad.
It would be cool if we could practice before the tournament, but I guess not.
I mean, we'll
Dude,
be there.
Read that thing on
We'll have to
dashing.
practice there. Can we do the American thing where we just sit in a corner and play?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to play any of them.
And then all the European dudes walk up and they're like, "Hey, can I play you?" And we're like, "Nah, we're playing, dude."
I think that's the classic. That's the classic American dude.
It's like the SoCal, dude. Or like if
SoCal.
somebody
we've been doing
calls
that for
next,
years.
and then and then like when they plug in, we just both plug out and walk away.
Yeah, that's the classic, man.
It's the SoCal.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna bring Mac GG on. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Or do we want to get Mewtwo King?
Mewtwo's just gonna say something dumb and then log off. That's my theory from
What's your guess? PB and J, why don't you message me and tell me what you guys want to talk about? I'm gonna bring Mac GG in here. He's got a pretty cool picture of Falco, but it looks like a melee Project M Falco.
Oh
I
shit!
don't
This computer's about to
Captain
shut
Falcon.
down.
All right, Cactus, we'll be waiting for you. You're gonna go to your laptop?
I got on my other one. I'm not gonna have a webcam there.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright.
What else is new? Mac GG, turn the stream off, please, or at least mute it. I can hear myself. What is up?
I just wonder why y'all don't think I'm going to come on and say something stupid.
What?
Might.
We trust you. We trust Smashers generally.
Oh no,
Cool.
this guy's got something planning.
Yeah, are you cooking something? Now I'm nervous. Now you got me nervous.
Oh, I'm just here for promotion.
What are you gonna promote?
I have been trying to get a weekly stream going on for the gameplay side of Melee and Smashers. Basically, I want people to be able to come on of any skill level and ask people, hey, how do I do this? I need help with this character. Am I doing something wrong in this? Maybe get their videos critiqued. Essentially, so their peers can help them out in places where they can't necessarily just talk to someone.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, the only problem is it's been getting like 4 or 5 people there.
Well, we gotta promote this thing, man. How do you want to promote it?
Well, there's a group on Facebook that I can link, and I
That's a
need
great
some.
start.
I need some people to talk on Skype with me.
How about a thread on Smashboards about it and link
You
that
know-
in the chat?
The thing is, I don't know where to put the thread on Smashboards.
Melee discussion.
Melee discussion.
Yeah, melee
Do you want-
discussion. Easy.
Do you want to recap this idea for me? I kind of missed it.
Essentially, people can on Twitch can ask questions or ask the people in the Skype conversation for advice or tips or critiques on their videos.
Yeah.
And so they can get their peers' opinions in a more natural form, just talking.
I mean,
Instead of
I
just
feel like
looking
that's
on
kind of a
forums.
failure as a community. Like, lower level players often feel intimidated just reaching out and talking directly to other people. Like, we all have our personal info all over the place. There's no problem with just contacting somebody and asking them. I mean, most of us are pretty willing to kind of contribute and give that kind of advice.
And I feel like every Smasher is friends with every Smasher on Facebook. So like,
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I
we're
could
a
definitely-
relatively like tight knit group. We're
Yeah.
like less than a few thousand people, so it's not like I don't know.
but I think that it's a great idea, and yeah, I mean, you should talk more about it and definitely have a thread in Smashboards, man. And
Yeah.
you know, we can work together, and you know, you could do one of your episodes on my streams because people are like subscribed to it. You could probably even work with VG Bootcamp and have them shout you out.
That'd be fantastic. The first one actually had a Ripple on it, who's one of the devs for Melee SDR.
I
And
don't
he's
care about that.
he's actually really knowledgeable about Melee in general.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah.
also, I gotta stop you right now. I just want everybody to turn their attention to the chat. We have Dunsky's 118 in the chat. Dunsky's, welcome to Melee at all, man. Good to have you here, man. Everybody, please say hi to Dunsky's in chat and
What's
just
up,
like
Dunk?
try to get to know him through chat. This is like a really amazing opportunity for all you guys sitting in the Melee Army chat room. MacGG, you can ask him anything you want.
Eh.
Wait, wow.
You're about to get the boot, dude.
Wow.
It's
I'm
like
just
a
mad, Dunk.
sacrilege.
I don't.
If you
I
want to
don't-
have this stream support you, you're gonna have to support Dunk. That's the way that it goes.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. I have nothing. I don't have any questions.
I guess
I'll think
that's
of one
fine.
over time.
That sounds good. And hey, I have a great place for you to start. So I have this big list of matches that people want, that people paid good money to have critiqued. And you can absolutely start there and stream those matches and get good players on to critique them.
Yeah, all I need to do is actually find some people who have time. I've been doing it on like Thursdays at 6:30 Central. I just need to find people who are willing to talk during that time.
Cool. Sounds good, man. Hey, so next one, will you make sure that you post it in the Melee It On Me Facebook group? And will you make sure that you post it in Smashwords? And would you make sure to link this Twitch chat to everything that you create?
All those things are done, and I'll make sure to link it. The next one is going to be tomorrow, 6:30.
Dude, I'm gonna watch it. What time is that Pacific time?
Pacific, 4:30.
I'm gonna watch from work.
Fantastic.
All right, man. And what is the name of your program?
Let's talk Smash.
Let's Talk Smash. So that's the first thing that we're gonna talk, you have to say, because then it's Brandon. Sorry, I don't want to give you a lesson.
Well, that's all.
Dude, however
That's
you
all
want.
it's about.
Everybody tune in to Let's Talk Smash tomorrow. Woo!
4:30 Pacific.
4:30
And,
Pacific time.
And bring your questions.
Yeah, come equipped with questions. Dude, I'm gonna ask hella questions on the stream.
Please do. I have some like 5 or 6 just ready in case nobody talks, but more the better.
Dude, give us a taste of those 5 or 6 questions.
Oh God, let me see. All right, let me bring one up real quick. If my phone doesn't die first.
Dunskies loves this idea. Dude, Dunskies loves this idea. That makes it amazing.
Well, like here's a few questions that people might want to know: how to deal with the stress of being under shield pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Roll. Next
great
question,
advice.
Next question.
What a noob.
I think rolling is very underrated, but I'll get into that another day.
I
another
do
question.
too, actually.
Thanks,
Another
sir.
question is: what is something specific about your main that people should know but is often not taught?
What did you say?
What is something about your main that you feel people should know but is often not taught?
Interesting. That's a pretty good question.
And that'll be one of the ones tomorrow.
Great. All right, thanks, MacGG, for coming on. Is that your tag? Can I call you that?
I go by Xylo.
All right, Xylo. Thank you so much for coming on. We're gonna
Yep.
tune into your stream tomorrow. Is it twitch.tv/
Slash Xylo Price SSBM. I'll just link it.
Jesus Christ, come on,
Uh,
man. You're killing me here.
Philo, come on.
I'll just use somebody else's next time.
No, it's pretty good. It'll be fine. All right, man. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. 4:30 Pacific, 6:30 Central, 7:30
Eastern.
Eastern.
Great.
All right, dude.
See y'all
Thanks
there.
so much, and I'll send you that list, and you can have all those people on.
Fantastic.
All right, dude. Thanks again.
All right, bye.
See ya.
I'm gonna watch it. All right, I guess I'll
Cool.
get Music King out. No,
Oh.
he's upstairs, not coming on. And
Good.
Bizarro Flame wanted to call in.
Eh.
He wants to talk about your baits and how amazing they are, and tournament judges.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, let's get him on.
All right, go ahead.
So
We
we
can
gotta
go
tell him he's walking on thin ice. Make sure he knows.
Yeah.
Starting at a disadvantage.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Biz, what's going on,
Hi,
man?
dude.
Sup?
Hey, so Mango, yeah.
What are you wearing? Holy crap,
Oh.
man!
Wearing
Is
a
that a
trench
vest?
coat. It's a
Swag.
trench coat vest
Swag.
and white shirt underneath.
Wow, dude, what are you wearing? Are you in your room?
Yeah, I'm in my room.
Is this just what you wear around?
I usually wear these type of clothes every day.
It's pretty amazing. You never wear a trench coat at a Smash tournament.
Oh yeah, this is like one of my first trench coats.
Dude, I better see it on Saturday.
Oh, definitely, man.
All right,
I'll be waiting. Anyways, Mango, like
Hi.
whenever I think of baiting, I always think of Mango. You know, like just give us some general insights about baiting. I know you've talked about this a little bit before with dash dancing, but can you just rephrase it?
How can I explain? Like, okay, so let's just use any character. We'll just use Marth, whatever. So, you just have to know the range of your moves, forward or nair, like down tilt. You got like, and then just like kind of like in your head, make a little square around your character, and like this is your zone. Every time you're walking, anytime you move, your zone moves with you. And if you want to bait people, you move your zone. Pretend they have a square too, and you're playing against the Falcon, and his zones are his nair, his knee, and like that's how far he can hit you, right?
Yeah.
So pretend, I guess, to make it easy for to understand, like both people have squares, and that's how far they can hit. And if you want to bait people, you just move your square a little outside of their range at all times, you know. So and then you want to get them to try and hit you, but if you're outside of their zone, they can't touch you, you know. So which comes to it, your dash dancing has to be really good to in order to do this like all the time. So it's like you always want to keep moving, keep your square moving, and keep out of their square, you know. And then if you do that, you'll bait everything.
Gotcha. So I guess confidence is the main key, right? Like you can't just be afraid to be in your opponent's range just for a little bit. Like you just have to go. Sometimes you have to go a little bit balls deep, and other times you go way balls deep. You know?
Yeah. You can't be scared when you play melee or nothing. You'll never get anything done.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've seen this video, but a long time ago, like maybe even 3 years ago, Lucian and somebody else made this video about spacing. That kind of explains that concept about boxes that Mango's talking about, like you know, that box where Fox is going to do a short hop neutral air, you know, like that space in front of him that he basically controls when he's dash dancing, and that kind of space that you're trying to weave in and out of. So I'm going to link it. You may have already seen it, but just for everybody else,
yeah, that's great.
This video that I've linked in the chat.
Thanks, Sheridan.
Is
all right, watch it, everyone. It's really good. Like your Smash knowledge will increase by 10 times, I guarantee you.
Smash tutorial number 1, and how long is this series?
1 video long.
1 of 1, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Nice series.
Oh no, there's 2. There's 2.
Oh, there you go.
Uh-oh. Sick, man.
Okay. And
Dunsky's, by the way, Dunsky says that you have to be good at shielding to play like that, I think.
oh yeah, that's right.
That's a great point made by Dunsky's. Thank you, Dun.
Wow. Thanks, Duns. Yeah, that makes sense. Shoot, because you could shield, and the opponent will think they have limited defensive options. But then right as you're outside of their range, like you could just wave dash away or wave dash towards them and just mess up their sense of spacing so much. Something like that, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Whew. And
Mango, I had a follow-up question. Mango and Cactus and Sheridan and Biz.
Wow.
So how? Okay, so there's 2 pieces of that though, right? You can bait out moves, but then there are moves that are more and less punishable than others. You know, how does that factor into the way that you think about, you know, taking opportunities? Do you just wait for like the most laggy move, the most punishable move to be thrown out, or you know?
Not like in melee. You can, if you do a move and they do it wrong, you can punish anything, no matter what. Like, like everything's punishable. Like how obviously if it's more laggy, you can obviously punish it easier.
All right. Well,
but
I
like
was playing Stupid Toph yesterday. What's up with it?
Right, Stupid Toph.
I was playing him yesterday, right, and he would do like the same thing a lot, and I have a hard time baiting stuff out. Like I'll like down throw him or whatever, and I'm not super good at tech chasing just because whatever. And I know that he's gonna get up and like full jump nair.
Oh, right.
Because I've been punishing his shines, right? So now he started full jump nairing. I know he's gonna do it. How do I punish Fox full jump nairing? Because he comes down, the hitbox is there the whole time. As soon as
up air, bro.
Put a blink
you can
out.
upper that so easy. You're such a scrub.
So easy.
Yeah, you can. See, me and Cag immediately when you said that, we both thought you were new.
So now all of a sudden I'm running away, and now I have to run towards and jump and up air without him hitting me on the way down.
That's right.
Falcon up air should absolutely destroy that nair. A weak nair, like how's he doing it? I imagine it's coming down all slow.
Yeah, probably all slow and
You're noob.
Yeah,
no,
full hop neutral air? Yeah.
Doing a terrible Falcon.
I mean,
like, okay, what you should do is, if you said you're dash dancing away and stuff, then you shouldn't put yourself in a, like, you should learn to punish that. You gotta put yourself in a situation where you're comfortable, you know?
Wait,
it's like if you're not comfortable
in my brain,
dashing
I'm thinking
away.
that dash dance is the answer to all these questions, right? Like I can dash dance away and just grab him when he lands, but it's not the case.
It's easier to punish him in the air.
Right.
That's for sure.
See, this is a trap that like you should have learned playing against M2K's Fox at some point, where M2K has full jump, nair, drift back. That in itself
the punishment window for that with just straight up dash dance grab is so small that most people run into it and get nicked by like the weak hit as he's falling down, and it's just you don't want your only punishment option to be dash dance grab. You want to learn how to use your hitboxes.
Yeah,
I'm terrible at that.
We should definitely keep in your bag of tools.
So then should I just stand there? That's the other thing. Stupid Fox can just tag in place and run at me and dash attack. That's actually really hard to cover when you're waiting for him to do something dumb like jump or shine.
Well, I mean, I always assume that they're gonna tech in place, and like when I'm reading options, I have like one that I'm focusing on, that I'm just like ready to hit the punish button, you know, whatever that might be, as soon as I see it pop out. And then if they do something else, then I try to react to it. But like you can't hold like 3 ideas in your head really at like equal weight and try to react to them all at once. Like just focus on one and know what you're going to do if that happens. So that right when you see it happen, you know exactly what to do. Yeah. So like for me, that's almost always tech in place shine or whatever. Because that's what they fucking do.
Alright, wait.
Stupid Foxes do.
Scar, you want to hear advice that's going to change your life?
Yes.
Want to hear what I do with Falcon when I play good Fox?
Yes.
Are you ready? All Falcons, listen to this. I'm only going to say it once.
He loses.
Okay, look. So whenever you grab a Fox, whatever, and you know you're going to be even a millisecond late on your tech chase, always, 100% of the time, assume the Fox is going to attack when he gets up. Because I think I'm one of the only Foxes who'll get up and shield like a normal person, but Foxes are so spoiled by being fast and having
they always attack.
A frame move that comes out. So what I do is, like, when I play Joey and I'm playing good, I down throw him, and then I immediately put myself in the defensive position ready to punish. So I run up to him, put myself in a nice spot where I can, like, take his move and, like, but I'll be spaced perfectly. So you run up, you know they're going to attack because, I mean, 9 out of 10 Fox players will attack.
Yes.
And then you put yourself in a situation where you can punish them, and then that's it. That's all you gotta do every time.
Good. Dude, so for a long time I was doing the move where if I know I'm gonna be a split second late, I would wait for a down dodge or wait for a roll. People did that for like a year.
That's good, but
for me to murder that, and I was actually amazing at punishing people for doing that, and then they stopped. Now they attack.
Oh yeah, well, because Fox players will attack.
Now I need a lot more skill to actually punish.
Yeah, okay, let me give an example since everyone's... So, like, you down throw a Fox, and just, like, okay, run up, and, like, you run up and you just shield in a certain zone where his shine will hit you, and if you... Like, what I do all the time to Fox is, like, especially whenever I play new Fox, I'll just run up to him, shield, they'll get up, shine, bam, free grab. Or you run up...
Grab after shine?
Yeah, if you do it good enough. Falcon's grab is pretty good.
Yeah, well, you for that, you want to tilt your shield towards the opponent so that your character would be shifted a little bit towards the character while they're doing a grab attack. And that's what you can do. And that's another thing you can do. Yeah, no problem, man. Falcon mains. Woo!
So yeah, you have to assume that they're gonna attack, and once you get your Falcon comfortable with that, you'll see instant improvement in your gameplay. I promise you. I will give you money if you don't improve.
Alright, dude.
I mean, this is also a scenario where you can use that as another tool. It's you run up and then you dash away very slightly and shield. Same thing. You're kind of setting up for a defensive action. But as soon as they go for an attack, as soon as they go for that aggression, you just do your instant short hop back air, which auto cancels anyway, and it's just it covers everything and it beats out all of Fox's moves.
There you go, Scar.
Super good versus Fox. All right, Biz, you got something else you want to talk to? This is super good discussion. I actually really like this kind of melee Tommy. We were just talking about the game. Game's fun to talk about, dude.
Yeah, awesome discussion so far, guys. So my second question to you is, should we have a designated judge for every melee tournament, whether it's local, whether it's national, regional? What do you guys think?
To what end? Like, what is this judge for?
Okay, so this judge is to resolve any disputes that might arise between two players. Like, for instance, what was that called? Who was that? Who was the Swedish player? The Leffen controversy.
The Leffen Scar controversy.
Leffen. you could call it the Leffen Gate if you want. Yeah.
Isn't that the TO's job?
It is. It would be the TO's job, but the thing is that most TOs, I don't think they actually do research on their own like rules. They don't actually like apply themselves. They just don't look at their own rule set. and if they don't do that, it's gonna do
I
that.
think that's either. I mean, I would say it's entirely the TO's responsibility, and if he can't do it, he needs to have somebody on his team that knows the rules.
So then,
I mean,
so then, Dr. Z, you're saying that there should be one person to do it. Oftentimes, it should be the TO.
I mean, it doesn't have. I mean, it's not somebody I would designate as my judge, like with an official title, but it's somebody. You need to have somebody that understands all these situations, knows all the rules, and has a good idea of what, this, I guess, the spirit of our competition is all about. You have to have somebody that you trust on your team.
That's true.
And
I mean, I already know all about it. Federal judges, they're mostly corrupt.
Right.
Damn.
I mean, but in Melee, the idea is that hopefully you have somebody who's well respected in the community and is good at the game also, so they know they can relate to what's going on.
Yeah, or maybe if the TO just cannot decide on an issue himself, then he can just have like a backup judge, like have jurisdiction over that issue.
I mean, I still think this just ultimately falls with the TO, and it's just his responsibility to deal with it however they want to.
Yeah.
But
Plus,
actually,
Dunsky's pointed out that this has nothing to do with getting better, and therefore you're out of here.
My argument is moot. I get it.
Yeah, you're done, Biz.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out of here. Hey, by the way, people in law school were saying that I look like Inspector Gadget. Do you think so?
Yes.
Bye, Biz.
Like,
Bye.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Later, dude.
But this reminds me of what we did at Genesis 1. I don't know if you remember this, but we had this dispute over whether somebody was stalling. This was going on during fucking grand finals.
Is this Brawl?
So this is Brawl. I missed most of Mango's sets with Armada because of dealing with this.
No way.
Yeah.
That is unforgivable, dude.
So basically there was somebody who recorded the video of this match where somebody was quote unquote stalling, or that was the allegation. And I assembled 9 people knowledgeable in such matters, and we had a Supreme Court decision where we all watched the video in silence, like no discussion, and then everybody did their secret ballot, and we tallied it up at the end for the final decision.
What was it?
And we decided that he was not stalling.
By a margin of?
It was 7-2.
Wow, who were those 2 idiots?
I don't know. It was all anonymous ballots.
You'll never know.
Wasting your time so that you couldn't watch the set. I'm sure that you voted in the winning side.
I did, yeah.
Obviously. Of course.
Of course. Nothing new here.
All right, so we have a good question from the Peanut Gallery. One Dunsky's 118 says, "So Mango, what's the best way to improve when everyone around you is mediocre? Because I have this problem in Fresno ATM." I think I can go to Mango or Cactus or anybody.
I feel if the people around you aren't that good, it's definitely going to affect how good you get. Because I feel if you play noobs, don't think too much. Just try to work. If you're playing someone you know you're way better than, just turn your mind off and 1000% focus on tech skill and combos. Because that's probably about the best practice you can get for noobs. Don't think too much. You're only hurting yourself. Because if you start thinking like, oh, this guy's rolling a lot, and then it's going to carry over. You play someone good, and then it's like, oh, this guy doesn't roll. Like just focus only on combos and tech skill. So that way when you play,
focusing on mechanical stuff rather than habits.
And then when you play the good people, it's like, oh, nice. Like, when I do hit them, like, I have my perfect tech skill and my perfect combos. So, yeah, you just want to work on that, mainly. If you're way better than them. If you're way, way better.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick with it.
What's going on with my mic? Everybody's telling me I'm too quiet.
It's fine, bro.
Dunk, why don't you ask me this? I lived with you for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you should have asked that at some point over those 2 weeks. No points for that.
Dunk lost to my Samus, my Luigi, my Mario, my Dr. Mario, all my top tiers. Yeah. I think my DK at one point. He lost to everyone. Next question.
Next question. Dude, so I think that we actually went over a lot of what was in our agenda. So I want to just really quickly. I don't think we have time to talk about the MBR. Is that all right, Cactus?
Dude, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So what I do want to talk about is, God damn it, I hit a weird button. Is the upcoming tournaments and the Evo rule set. So number one, I don't even know the Evo rule set. Can you enlighten me on that, Sheridan?
I certainly can. One moment, please.
And then yeah, 2013 is looking like a big year, dude. Mango,
It's
what are
an
your thoughts on
insane
Beast?
year.
What are your thoughts on Beast? Like, how pumped are you about this tournament?
I'd be a lot more pumped if a certain wiener Swedish kid would play. But I'm not gonna let that take away from the fun we're gonna have in Sweden, because it's definitely gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I got some Mango fans in Europe that will be happy to see me anyway, so it'll be all right.
Yeah, dude. So what are the
Mango Nation.
What are the good
Yep.
sites in Sweden?
You know, I have actually no idea. I was actually
Zero
gonna
clue.
research.
I went to
that
Sweden
eventually. Oh, here we go.
3 years ago. Yeah, I went to Sweden in 2010. I just went to Stockholm and Uppsala.
We're
good?
landing in Stockholm, and the tournament is in Gothenburg.
Oh, it's Gothenburg or something like
That's what I
that.
said.
Yeah. Stockholm is freaking amazing.
Put it on the list.
I don't know if it's the mango type of place, but it's
Take it off the list.
it's very, very clean. Just
Wow, that's not the mango
beautiful.
type of place. It's 'cause
It's
Whatever.
It's beautiful. I mean, there's water everywhere. I mean, just the architecture and
Sounds
layout of
nice.
the city is really nice.
that's amazing. Why wouldn't I like that, Sheridan? What the heck?
I don't know, man. I
What
don't
the
know
heck,
what
man?
I don't know what you like to do when you go traveling. Like, I don't know if you like to go to fucking like museums and shit.
Dude, I love museums actually.
All right.
We don't know mango facts.
So the Alfred Nobel Museum is in Stockholm. Who Alfred Nobel, of course, he established the Nobel Prizes.
Yeah, I'm down.
So they have the whole museum about that, which is great. And the only thing is, it's really expensive.
Oh,
Maybe
wait.
the most expensive city I've ever been to.
So I heard that I think our plan so far are land in the airport, drink for 12 hours, and then drive 5 hours to a tournament.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to go on a big road trip just because I want to see like everything on the way, like 5 hours of sightseeing.
We booked a flight back on Tuesday, and the tournament ends on Sunday. So I already asked Annie Olis if we'll do a road trip on the way back. So Monday can be a road trip through Sweden.
Right, sweet.
Nice.
What was I gonna ask? Oh, and there's a theme park right near Beast. Dude, we're doing it.
Oh, dude, I'm down. That sounds great.
For a minute. Oh, Mango, do you want to do a U.S. versus Europe crew battle?
Sure. We'll get 10 stocks each.
You mean?
Oh no, I'll get 12 stocks and I'll play 3 different characters. So each, like my Mario, will be a whole
I'll
different
play
character.
my Mario.
I'm not allowing you to play Mario in Sweden. You're not gonna rep America like that.
All right, that's actually.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you think you are trying to rep America with your Mario,
I was
but
thinking about it, dude, but now I don't think that's a good idea. After like a moment. All right.
all right. Anyways,
So Beast is going to be amazing. So I have to do some other announcements. So Kings of Cali 2 is coming up. When is that?
let me check. I know it's like
it's April 13th.
yeah, so it's like
April
right
13th.
after Beast.
Anybody going to Kings of Cali 2, better get excited about that. We have a gigantic set coming up that decides the fate of one Ken Hoang. Is that how you say his name? I don't know. The guy who invented dash dancing and who ruined commentary for Kings of Cali 1.
Right.
He has a big set versus yours truly, the most electrifying man in the game, Scar.
I know he thinks he is. I was so mad when I heard about that.
So ridiculous. To determine whether or not he goes to Evo.
He's
And
going
so
Evo.
I'm going to beat him so bad that he's not only going to Evo, but he has to serve me a free Ken combo.
Bam.
Because he has to drive there in his food truck.
So wait, what was the terms of this bet? Seemed a little nonsensical to me, but
He said he's
Can you
not going to
explain-
Evo, and then I told him, I kicked him off the show. This is the night when we raised $94,000, if you recall.
Good
And
night.
then
Yeah.
later he said,
I recall.
That was actually a really good night. And then later he said he wanted to come back on the show, and I was like, you're walking on thin ice, Ken. And he was like, okay, Scar.
LOL.
I'll go to the tournament if you money match me at King of Cali 2.
One impression.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, don't even say it. You're gonna get whooped. You're gonna get junked.
You better whoop him. If you lose, then you're
No, man.
you're banned from your own show. I'm banning you from your own
0%
show.
chance. Yeah, no, I'll quit. I'll quit the game.
Alright, good. That'd be so
You won't do
embarrassing.
shit.
You don't want to
He's
be
gonna
that
get
guy.
so junked, dude. Especially after I beat all the Marths in Europe.
Ooh.
Kings of Cali 2 is going to be awesome. You guys better get excited for that, or else I'll be mad at you. And then NorCal Regionals. So I actually heard from Falcon that NCR doesn't have a ton of people signed up already. I think that we should probably make a big push to actually sign up for NCR like this week, because I think that venue fee goes up. So anybody who hasn't, I'm actually going to do it too.
Yeah, Bobak posted that, I think.
Let's see if we can... I don't know if there's some way we can actually do signups during the tournament this weekend.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Dude, NorCal on top of it. Good shit,
Yeah,
Sheridan.
NorCal is always on top of
Good
it.
to have you back. Yeah, man. And then, after that...
And after that, it's...
the big one.
I would also urge everybody that's listening here, post up the info for NCR in your local, Smash community, Facebook group or whatever, because I feel like the word hasn't quite gotten out yet. And one of the things that I need to talk to the NCR guys is I don't think they have a Facebook event up. Yeah, and if they did, then that would go a long ways towards getting everybody organized. So that's one thing, among many things, I need to talk to the guy about.
Fantastic.
But I think that's going to happen.
Great work, Sheridan.
Yeah. Amazing work, Sheridan.
2 10 out of 10 comments in a row. Sign up at the tournament on Saturday and get a Facebook group together for that.
That's what I don't get paid for, but do anyway.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, what a guy.
What a guy.
All right, so yeah, I mean, for me, then there's Northwest Manifest in the Northwest. That was pretty obvious. Impulse is in Canada and Zenith on the East Coast. So this is like a super big first half of 2013.
Are you going to all those?
I might go to Zenith if I live somewhere in the Midwest at that point. Let's not even talk about it.
We won't talk about it. I think I'm going to all these tournaments.
Talk about it yet.
You'll see me there.
I'm definitely going to Evo, NCR, Kings of Cali, Beast. I don't know about Manifest. Manifest would be pretty dope, though. Dude, I lost my career, though, at Manifest. It's a hard time.
You want to go scene of the crime, dude?
Crime, dude. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Well, I'll guide you through it.
I would love to go to Canada for Impulse, but I don't know if that's in the cards either. But we'll see, man. I might go to everything.
Nice. Sheridan, did you get the rules yet?
Yes.
Alright.
So
I got you, Scar, don't worry.
Post them in the chat. Thanks, Mango.
Yeah.
Be on top of that, dude.
Nice.
Wait,
okay.
Ken was talking shit on me on the boards, dude. Link to that.
Link it.
We gotta read it.
So I have posted the rules now, and you can look. I'm also going to post the thread where the rule set discussion's been happening, and so me and mostly other people actually have been giving a bunch of feedback to Mr. Wizard, who's been reading the thread. So big ups to him for keeping it.
Oh, this is amazing. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Round of applause for Mr. Wizard.
So as you can see, we've got standard 4-stock 8 minutes, all that stuff that we had before. But now we've also got first stage decided. We've got stage striking.
Nice.
And we've also got winner. There's bands also.
Nice. No way.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So bands and a easy to understand Dave's stupid rule.
You may not choose a stage you have already won on unless mutually agreed. Boom.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect.
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 Dude, what? Can I ask a question about this?
Go for it.
You guys.
Go ahead.
Falcon versus Fox, dude. I am of the opinion right now that Fox actually kind of wins on FD. I think Battlefield's the most neutral stage, and CF has a slight advantage on Dreamland. Do you guys agree with that?
That with everything you just said?
Yeah.
I think FD is like barely slightly in Fox's favor,
Me too.
just because the up tilt combos and the regrab combos are like out of this world.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be getting hit, so it's like not.
It's not. It's just barely. Just because it's there gives Fox the little edge on FD. I'd agree with that.
Just want to make sure, because with a one-ban system, you get your game on Battlefield, but then if you win your game on Battlefield, game 3, you kind of have to counterpick between not really advantageous stages.
Yeah, I mean.
Because Dreamland's definitely gone. Dreamland's definitely the best stage out of the lot.
Yeah.
They might. You never know. They might ban Yoshi Story.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Yeah, some Fox players. Well, Have you ever seen? I think Johnny's Falcon on Yoshi's Story is actually better. He's better on that level than like any other level.
Yeah, he's really good.
Because it's just the way he plays. Like it's possible for Falcon to do it. It's not like I don't think it's a counter pick. It's like a baby one.
Okay, baby counter pick.
It's not as bad as FOD. FOD's right out.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, Foxes should probably start striking to FD as opposed to Battlefield.
Yeah.
Because Falcon should probably get rid of Yoshi's.
I mean, because I also think that just that small little help that Falcon gets from the platforms on his recovery sometimes, like that can be like 30-40%, you know, and that can be the swing of a game.
The platforms help Falcon like so much. On FD, you don't have anything to land on. You just land there and die.
Oh, man, it sucks.
It does suck.
Forward smash Edgeguard, dude.
Yeah.
All right, sick. Hey, man, I'm really excited for Evo. I was already excited, but to have this is. Really
I'm really glad they fixed
this
rules.
is like our rules, man. This is what it is.
Wait, is finals 2 out of 3?
I don't know. The other thing is it doesn't talk about character counter picks, so I probably think that it's going to be you have to stick with your character.
I don't think that'd be a big problem
I don't think
for
that's
most
a big
people.
Deal. Yeah.
It'd only affect probably like me,
Armada,
King. And it would definitely affect.
Oh
Armada.
no, it's a loser. Loser can change character usually. Winner has to stay.
That's not really a problem, I think.
Yeah, I think that's probably fine.
That's fine, yeah.
Just gonna ban FD on the off chance that somebody goes Pikachu.
There you go.
Gonna ban FD every game.
Woohoo with your stupid shit.
Yeah, Scar just taking this time to complain about Falcon.
I always complain about Pikachu. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that anymore. Alright, if anybody else wants to call in, feel free to do so. Otherwise, I think we're going to wrap up here.
He has the smallest grab range in the entire game.
Dude, T-Rex grab.
He has the T-Rex grab.
Definitely, like... Whereas Marth has figured it out, and he goes out.
Yeah.
Marth's grab's so good.
He just figured it out, man.
I still think Marth's the best character. I will say that until the day I die that Marth's the best character.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Dude, because there was a week when I played exclusively Marth. Like, I didn't touch anyone else. And no one, like, I just feel when you play Marth good, you should never get touched. Because you play him and, like, you just make a wall. And then he's got the best grab in the game. Like, if he hits a spacey, they're dead. Like, in the real world, like, most of the time, if you get a solid hit on a spacey, like, they're gonna die. Or you're gonna rack up a lot of damage and get the Edgeguard, you know?
A lot of damage.
And, like, the only thing I think he struggles against is, like no one. We're like in 20. Like you saw, like the way Kevin played Marth against the Armada.
Yeah.
Like there was points. I know everyone's like, "Dang, Armada can't do anything." And like if you just played that way all the time, like what are you gonna do to Marth? Like nothing. You can't do anything to that guy.
That guy, dude.
I'll always say he's the best character in the game.
That's amazing. I think that Jigglypuff's one of the best characters.
I would
Jigglypuff sucks.
But he's not my style. No, who? You know?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Jigglypuff. I'm not going into this right now.
I'm kidding, dude.
Jigglypuff blows.
She's like...
I don't think
Sheridan knows.
But...
No, she's
somewhere
definitely
between 5th and 7th best character.
Yeah, she's nowhere near this. I hate when Mewtwo King and Armada were crying and saying like Jigglypuff's best. I wanted to slap both of them so hard.
No way,
she's
bro.
so bad.
Jigglypuff is OP.
No, what's OP about her?
I'm just kidding. I agree with you guys.
You at 0.
It's so hard to get against good people. Hungrybox, when I'm playing good, rests me like twice in like 5 games. Like it's just that once in a while he'll get it.
I agree.
But yeah, Jigs blows. But she's like she has amazing things. But I think overall as a character, meh.
Meh. I agree.
What should we name this episode in retrospect?
We should name it...
We kind of talked about Melee the whole time.
Yeah, don't stop me now.
Okay.
And I guess that's it. Bam.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's that. All right, guys. Well, hey, man, I got no call-in requests. You want to go around the horn and talk about how much fun did you have tonight, Sheridan?
It was good. It was good.
I think it was great. To tell you the truth.
I thought it was... I enjoyed it most of the time.
That's right. What do you mean most of the time? What was your least favorite moment on the show today?
I don't know. Probably when I had to take a piss for a long time, and then I wanted a break.
Yeah, that sounds like it sucks. Mango, how much fun did you have on the show?
It was good. I'll probably just end up being here all the time now.
Yeah, I would really like that. And you know what else I would really like? Why don't we like pick out some really funny or awesome games and co-cast them?
Dude, no, I'm so down to do that.
I'm so down to do it.
People need to. We gotta open up everyone's eyes because I hate when something really amazing happens and it goes unappreciative.
And we can instant replay it if we're watching videos.
Yeah, we can. I'm down. We can
Yeah.
work something out.
The other thing, I feel like we should definitely cast Johnny vs. Kage games.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
I'm down.
dude.
They exist
I
without
love that
commentary,
match.
and like, it would add a lot to it, I think.
All right, well, we'll talk about that after the show, me and you.
We'll talk.
Johnny asked me to plug, so let's start wrapping this up.
Yeah, okay, so here some other announcements that I want to make. All right, guys, so basically, Heart of Swarm came out, and I started a Melee group. So if you want to join that group, I would love for you to join it. Why don't you just log in and add me, scar.403, and or bobbyscar@gmail.com, and I'll add you to the group. So now we can like really get hella people in the group. And then after that, I'm gonna go pug with Mango, and I'll probably stream it. So
I'll stream too if anybody wants to come over to my stream and like ask questions. I'll be.
and we could just do your stream, and I won't.
I won't mind answering questions here and there while I'm playing.
Cactus, how much fun did you have, dude?
Dude, we talked about neutral game. I always love talking about neutral game.
Neutral game's great.
Neutral game is the best. Dashing, neutral game, all that stuff.
Yeah,
talk about it for hours.
Don't forget about Let's Talk About Smash tomorrow at 4:30 Pacific time. I'm probably gonna listen to that. Hopefully, you know, we can get that rolling, and you know, maybe we could be guests on that every once in a while when there's topics of discussion that have to do with what we're good at.
Sure. So, and then I also want to remind everybody, fucking get your ass over to NCR.
Yeah,
let me post the thread here.
Tell him, Sheridan.
This
Big
is,
deal.
you know, yeah, this is the only event that you're going to be able to get Evo seeding points at, you know, unless you want to go to Toronto. And Evo seeding at Evo is going to be entirely seeding points. And seeding points and region, that's it. There's no special consideration if you're like the good player in your region or anything like that. So if you can come out to NCR, that would be amazing. I promise you'll have a good time.
Yo, we guarantee you will have a good time.
Yeah, knockout tournaments are
you're gonna hang
pretty
out
good
with
usually.
You're gonna hang out with Dr. Z, Sheridan, Zaluski. You're gonna hang out with me, Scar, the kid. Mango's gonna be there. We're gonna have Tapikins there if you want to hear some jokes. Come on, man, you gotta come to NorCal Regional.
Yeah.
You really have to experience NorCal, and you know we would love to work on housing with anybody who wants to come out. Just let us know.
So this is April 26th and 27th, so that's actually Friday, Saturday. So just keep that in mind. And you know, this is going to be run basically same rules as Evo. It's going to be a bracket pools tournament, and just singles. But actually, we have the room for the whole day, and a bracket pools melee tournament actually doesn't take that long. So I predict that we will be able to also have a doubles tournament.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
So you know, and you know, we gotta keep supporting Smash, you know, for Evo. It doesn't just stop with the donations. So let's get everybody to show up and, you know, show them our numbers. And also, if you're gonna go, make sure you register soon because the price is going up like in a couple days. And there's also a deal with the hotel where you can get a room for like $80 a night.
Whoa.
And that's a pretty sick deal. So go to the NorCal Regional's website. All the information about it is there for a hotel and all that stuff, and we'll get you set up. So let's make it happen.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that speech, Sheridan. Let's do it, guys. Yeah, come out and hang out with us. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you to the viewers so much for tuning in. I love having you guys here. It's always a blast. We're gonna do another one in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna try to pick up streaming like we were in the past. We were doing like, man, I was live like 3 days out of the week. So I'm gonna try to do that again. We'll get some more Smash Labs going. Mango, we have to talk about Fox vs Falco.
Yeah, gotta get on that.
And we're probably gonna do some casting. It's gonna be pretty fun. We'll also probably cast from Beast. Get ready to watch the Beast stream, dude. Yours truly.
Yours truly. The kid and the other kid.
The kids. All right,
the kids.
I'm gonna go down and I'll be back up in like 2 seconds. But thanks again, and check us out on YouTube.
Good show, everybody. It was fun.
Hey guys, Sheridan.